It sounded like all the Christmas movies I've been watching from the 1940s and 50s.
I mean, Jake, Happy New Year, dude.
Happy New Year.
You
What?
survived.
It's wild, man. What was that?
I tell you, I forgot what the occasion was last night, and
Oh.
that
Okay.
I'll spare people the background, but that chunk of land is my responsibility to look after, and I'm just sitting there, not thinking, and then all of a sudden it's and I fucking hit the deck, and that video is taken about 60 seconds before it dawned on me what was going on. It was just
So you took that as
country
like,
celebration.
I'm going to die. Here's a record. Here's
Oh
my
my
final
God.
moment.
Yeah, for you, it's just
hysterical.
Tuesday around midnight,
Wow.
right? And you're like, oh shit, they're shooting.
Well, here's the thing. What part of what threw me off is that was like 10 o'clock. It was nowhere
Oh, they
near
were doing
midnight.
it here at noon yesterday. I
It's
mean,
ins-
it's
Really?
insane. Yeah, oh yeah. They're shooting. They're like, oh, it's New Year's.
It's funny.
Crazy.
We had no noise. It was quiet. So
Oh,
quiet.
yeah.
Somebody was shooting next to me, his shotgun, but I think it was more a rifle, my Amish neighbor. I don't know why
What
he
is
was
that?
doing that
Why would
today.
you waste hundreds of dollars of ammunition?
I don't
Thank
know if it's still hunting season here.
It's
Also,
just a
do people
sign.
know how many people die from bullets that just like come back down? You
Well,
know, like
I did
That's
not.
another.
I didn't go off onto that side of the property, and I
But
would
yeah.
have
let me
worn
tell you,
my I would wear my
first,
orange vest anyway.
that whole neighborhood was
Yeah.
firing off shots from like 10 o'clock till like 1 a.m. It was insane.
Damn.
Secondly, there was
Wow.
one of the folks there had an automatic weapon, and it was the person who least should have any gun at all, because when they
My
fired it,
God.
I swear to you, I heard bullets whiz above my head. Part of what threw me off a little bit. And
Dude.
yeah, it was if you're not braced for a holiday celebration, it's a hell of a spook.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to set like a reminder for next year.
I
Yeah.
was surprised it was so quiet here until today, and
Yeah,
only
because you're in the
today.
country.
Yeah, I mean, nobody. There was nothing last night. It was so quiet.
unfortunately, we all are.
Yeah, we're in this country. Hi, Andrea. You look good tonight. Happy New
Hey,
Year.
I've been here the whole time.
I know you look very nice.
Thanks.
Did
I
you
think-
do
I think we
something
all look
different with your camera,
in our own way.
Andrea?
No, why?
Well, for some reason, maybe you're sitting back a little bit or something. I like it.
What's that? A velvet hoodie? That's lovely.
Oh, stop it, Andrea. Stop.
Ah!
Stop.
And Sandy, I do love your jammies. I think those are incredibly lovely and cozy looking.
Yes, look at their pajamas and they have a robe.
Lovely.
Multiple
I
layers.
love it, man.
I gotta be quiet. Because I have
Right.
I have house guests I didn't expect, and they're taking me to breakfast in the morning, which is nice because nobody ever does. So
Huh?
yeah, and then they're going
Hey.
back. They came to look at property today.
As always, we'll be on air until we aren't, and we're just gonna be here
Yeah.
all night. But incentive to hang out for the duration, or at least leave and come back. We'll have a best of compilation
Very
at the end of
nice.
the show.
Okay.
What is this
And
blue gradient horse shit in the
Yeah.
background, by the way? What is this?
well,
Well, you're
I like
acting
it.
confused. You're the one who put it there. What is this? Oh,
I think it's
where'd that
nice.
come from,
A
man?
little
it's for
ornament.
my okay. Well, the letter hack is daily, and there's a slightly different media. There are slightly different media assets for the daily version.
This ain't the letter
morning
hack
version.
show. This is the left past 10 show.
Well, I mean, it could be
Yeah,
worse.
we're
It's
hitching a
just-
ride. He's doing all the
It's
work.
just blue, and it's not even all blue. It's just partly blue.
It's all new. Left past 10. All new weekly panel
Mm.
show.
Yeah, I hope my folks, or my chat finds their way over to yours, Matt.
Oh, you're not.
I didn't.
Mm.
I didn't even do it. It's the first time. But when you do that compilation, I'm gonna get a clip of it and I'm gonna use it too.
Oh yeah,
Heck
cool.
yeah.
Yeah. It's good. It was fun putting it together.
That's a lot of work, huh?
I was like, Well, okay, so on the one hand, I was like, I could do this in like 20 minutes, or I could rewatch a bunch of episodes and have fun, right? And
Yeah.
I don't know.
So 20
You had
minutes
fun
later.
watching Left Past 10? Is that what you're saying?
I did like 3.5 hours where I would
Oh
get the
my
clip.
god.
I would get the clip, but then watch for an extra 5 or 10 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's probably about maybe hour and a half, hour 45 minutes worth of
Mhm.
work, and then I was just kind of
Okay.
like enjoying it the rest of the time.
What
'Cause we
program
have-
do you use? What do you use? What program?
Adobe Premiere.
Oh, that's right. That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I want to look at that and Resolve, DaVinci Resolve. I don't know. I want something new. Maybe Adobe.
I'm gonna be looking for
Yeah.
free shit in the new year
Yeah.
or in
Well,
the spring.
Well, Resolve,
Honestly, yeah.
there's not much free shit. There really isn't. Not much.
Well,
not to
maybe
do video.
free as in
You can pirate
Free
the
to me.
software. So,
free to me.
Free to
is
you.
a video editor a monthly subscription? That should be illegal.
The Adobe
Um,
stuff is crazy.
get rid of
As
that.
long as
Yeah.
Just
mine
pirate it?
is.
Fuck 'em.
I use my wife gets a couple of different licenses and a student discount because
A
she's
couple
in school.
different what?
Licenses.
Student licenses for being in school.
I see.
Yeah.
You can use one license. You can use it on like
Mhm.
multiple machines. There's a limit,
Mm.
but anyway, she
Well, I
needs
don't
it for
pay for
school,
what
so I
I
get it.
I don't pay for the pro, the Mac stuff. I don't pay for that. But I got DaVinci Resolve, and I have the manual and all. I just haven't done it. Like everything else with me, procrastinating like
Hey,
crazy.
Do you,
I don't know about you, Matt, but my
Hmm.
feelings on learning editing software is doing tutorials will help a little bit, but nowhere near as much as just picking up an arbitrary project.
Just doing
right?
it.
Random thing.
The
Yeah.
That's how
the
I feel.
tutorials, I hate them. This is what it is. Hey, guy, it's always a guy like from New Zealand for one, or it's AI. It's really weird. They're all from fucking
Oh,
New Zealand, man.
AI.
I got nothing against
Ugh.
them, but I just
I got a lot against
that's where the editing experts are, I guess. But they say, hey guys, on this video, if you like this video, we got a bunch of these. Hit like, hit subscribe. We're gonna be talking about this and blah blah blah. And it's like 10 minutes in,
I don't need the intro.
they
Yeah.
spend like 15 seconds on the tutorial, and you're like, hold on, dude, I didn't catch any of that shit. And you gotta like keep pausing it and then look around and it's a joke. So you're right, Jake. Get a project, mess around. Some things I retain, but what I find, see, now you've wound me up. What I hate about Adobe Premiere, and I've talked to other people who are expert level at it, it's an Adobe app. I'm an expert at Photoshop. I'm an expert. I was at one time certified in Photoshop and Illustrator at the expert level.
No,
and-
you're certified? Wow.
Oh.
Certified. We all
And I
are
was
here.
giving tutorials and all kinds of stuff. But then when you get into Premiere, it's like, why isn't this intuitive? Why this is totally different. Everything lives in a different place. It doesn't operate the same. It is weird.
Yeah.
So
True.
it really throws you
And
for a loop.
their business model has gotten
Yeah,
too
that's the
greedy
worst.
as well.
Yeah,
I
it's
tell
way too
you.
expensive.
I hope that this generation of people who are alive currently makes more stuff like OBS. I think freeware is the best. It is honorable and decent. It always works the best too because it's not made to arbitrarily get you to buy something else.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm not saying don't go to graphic design school, but if I had gone to graphic design school at a high school, all of that stuff would have been obsolete within like a few months.
Yeah.
And like
yeah.
all of the stuff that they're making now and Adobe keeps rolling out I find it hard to believe that the instructors are like, oh no, I got it. I'll be able to teach this new stuff tomorrow. It's way too quick. It's way too advanced. It's so messy. Just find a way to get it and use it. Or, I mean, like I'm about to do, I'm going to start relying on the free stuff. I mean, I'm looking at what my brother does for art. He makes and sells prints. His art is amazing. And he's doing it. I don't want to like give away his secrets, but he's not doing it in a graphics program. And I was like, what program are you using? And he told me, and I was like, I wouldn't know where to begin. And he
Right.
goes, I know. Makes it hard to replicate.
Not
I'll put it in a private chat.
Blender? No.
I would suggest an amendment to that. Wow, that's wild.
Right? Yeah, what the fuck?
Well, my
Look him up on
amendment to
Instagram. His name's
your
Michael Strackbine.
free. So I'm going to do it right now. I would. My amendment to the free stuff would be either free or stuff you only pay for once and then you own it.
Oh, I don't have that. I do.
Oh
use
my God. Sorry.
Ecamm Live. I love Ecamm Live. I really do for my show.
That's why I'm not showing it on screen, because his new one is a self-portrait of him from the hospital recently.
Well,
Is that what you're looking at?
No. Sandy, I should inform you that Michael Strackbine is just the alias of Matt Strackbine. It's the same guy. It's the exact same guy.
No.
You're
Michael
the same
and Matt,
person.
it's just the alter ego. And he's just a different.
What do you mean the same guy?
You're identical.
No, we're not. He's way taller.
You are
than
identical.
one.
I'm looking. All right, I got to pull up these pictures. The problem is, it's also your name comes up quite a bit, just because you have a unique last name and you have a presence on the internet.
I have a deal
yeah,
with
look
Google.
at Michael. Yeah.
He's in Baltimore, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
Here's the
there's
picture I'm
Michael.
looking at, and y'all on the internet.
Moped Army.
Well,
Yeah.
it's in private chat. I'm not sure if.
Oh,
we
come
wanna
on
show
now.
it on
That's the
show.
same person. That's
That
not
is
even.
It's just Matt and a hat.
Oh, and he's got a big old tattoo on his
You give me a
neck.
break?
He's got a lot
Yeah,
of
the tattoos too. They're
Oh,
so
I like
similar.
your brother. That's cool. Cool.
Okay, I'll
Is he
prove
older
it.
or younger than you?
Younger.
He's younger.
Here, I'll prove right now that we are two different people. Oh, crap. Stand by. Hold on. Matt's doing tech stuff, which, I
Here's
said I
another
was
picture
an
of
Device
him,
got
expert.
jammed.
which is even more Matt-like.
I was an expert. I'm no longer an expert.
Oh, Dave, you're so generous. Thank you for Matt. Oh,
Here we are from
yeah.
March.
That is the picture where they look most different. I will acknowledge that.
God, we're very differently.
Cute. He's
Same
cute.
facial hair, same cheeks, same nose, same eyebrows. Mostly, he's a little more trimmed there.
I'm looking at the selfie in the background. There's another selfie in this image.
Oh, that's my friend Paulie, our friend Paulie. That guy is amazing. He is one of the best. Yeah, I mean, if he was on the show, we would all be like, we love this guy. He is so cool. What's this other one you put in here? Oh, yeah. I mean, my brother is a punk rocker. He's fucking awesome.
Good.
Following in my footsteps.
You telling me that if somebody told
looks,
you that that's Matt on stage, you wouldn't believe it immediately?
No.
I would.
I'd buy it.
Because I know Matt doesn't have those tattoos.
He is.
He looks like every boyfriend my daughter ever has.
My
man with all the tattoos.
When my brother was a little kid, like 9 years old, he could just sit down to an organ, like the church organ with the 2 different keyboards, and just start playing. He could sit down to the drums and start playing. He plays any instrument by ear. It's amazing.
So artistic genius runs in your family.
I guess.
Yes, it started with me and then trickled down.
And then it got diluted a little bit and went to your little brother. Yeah.
Yeah, my mom played bass in a rock band in high school. She was is a soloist.
Yeah, cool.
That is impressive.
Funerals. Yeah, my mom would get up when I was in high school and read the wedding announcements and the obituaries, like looking for work. It's awesome, man.
Oh,
great.
Sorry, Morbius. He
What
had
happened?
a death and no one told him. A death in a family and no one told him.
No one told him.
No.
Day before Thanksgiving. Oof.
Yeah.
Yikes.
This
now
makes
I gotta
me
know.
Did
they not tell him? Because you can't just leave me hanging here. Morbius, did they not tell him because they were trying to spare your feelings during the holidays, or did they just forget?
I have been in the last 10 years very frustrated with the way people don't allow me. This is greedy, but they don't allow me the closure I need. There will be a passing, and they go, yeah, we'll do a funeral in like 4 or 5 months, and I'm like, no, it should be in a couple of weeks. What's going on? Oh, I
Yeah.
don't know where my head's going to be 4 or 5 months. That's way. What are we dragging out for? There was one
Condense the
where
sad stuff.
a guy passed away suddenly. It was like one of those things where it was like a couple of weeks after his wife, and they said it was literally a broken heart, like it swelled and broke. And we were like, "Oh my gosh, it's
You're not
whoa!" And they said, "So we're gonna invite everyone over to the house instead of like a funeral. We're just gonna have like an open house, and we're all gonna play board games." And I was like, "I don't want to play fucking board games. Why are we having game night?" And they were like, "Well, he loved board games." And I was like, "Okay, I get the celebrations of life. I want a traditional."
If I'm dead, y'all
solemn,
motherfuckers are playing board games. There's no ifs, ands,
That's
or buts.
horrible.
I'm dead. You can't just say, "Oh well, that bitch is dead. We're not playing this fucking board game." Hell no. Those are my final wishes. You're playing those board ass games.
Mine's gonna be a big party.
What scientific experiment, if you were willing to roll the bones, could you set up? Like I would love to take advantage of my funeral to try to either establish or disprove the fact that I am now a ghost.
Oh,
I don't know.
Hold on. I didn't see where that was going. Start
Yeah,
over.
ghost.
What was that?
Like
He's a
maybe there's a
ghost.
phrase
Ghost
on
be
a piece of
ghost.
paper that I can read right before I go, or when it's when it's clear it's coming. And like not tell anybody, and then contact a bunch of invite a bunch of mediums or whatever to my funeral. Have them try to guess the phrase.
Mediums,
in the end,
huh?
yeah, and I'll sincerely, as a deadman, try to
Deadman?
communicate to them.
As a deadman.
I'm in.
That's fascinating. Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
I think and I've made this known. I tell people all the time. I go, if I die and you have anything to do with it, funeral as quick as possible. I don't care how it is in a church, whatever. Leave it up to my brothers, my parents to decide. Whatever you want to do, as soon as possible, move on with your fucking lives. Do not dwell on me. Do not. 3 months, we'll do a celebration of life. A month after that, we'll do it. No. I'm not. I'm gone. You
all
guys
my
have
friends are
stuff
dying.
to do.
I have the
dying.
opposite.
I
I
have
want
nobody
you
left
all
to
to
come.
dwell. I want to have monthly celebrations for the rest,
there you
maybe a
go.
couple centuries out,
There you go.
I just feel like
you're not going to get away from me.
Ah.
I feel like everyone coming together when it happens as close to the event as possible is a very necessary thing for me personally. It's how I was raised. I get so much out of being like, well, look, we're all together. We all came together. This is huge. We're already moving on, right? We're already processing it.
Well,
And when people go, I don't know, we'll do something in a few months. I'm like, you know what? This is what I told one guy. I'm not kidding. And this is going to sound cold, but I was like, well, I'll be over it by then. And he was like, what? And I was like, give me 3 fucking months, dude. I should be over it. I mean, come on. What,
my
you want me to
God.
be sad again in 3 months? What are we supposed to do in
Yes,
3
that's
months?
what
Get together and
They're
be
not
somber?
supposed to be sad. They're supposed to be celebration of life. Silly.
No, that's not what they had in mind. That's why I was being that.
yeah,
jerk.
like
I was
I
being a
hate
jerk.
to say it,
Well,
I'm with Matt
board
on this one.
games. As
Jake
opposed
hates
to-
to say he agrees with me.
I do. It's unfortunate,
Okay.
I'd rather not agree with Matt, but I do.
So, Andrea, is this something you ever think of at your tender young age?
Yeah, I think about dying every day of my life.
Not you going to someone's extended, long
Fuck
awaited
no. I'm not going to funerals. Fuck that shit. There's no one I care about enough to go
or
to a funeral.
celebration of life. No.
Nope.
Oh, I'll go. I'm there. I'm there.
I go to things, but I haven't been to anything lately.
I don't show it.
Everybody's dying too far away. I don't want to go all the way up.
I don't
Yeah,
really
fuck
show
that
it.
shit.
I'm
You're
not
dead.
open.
Why am I I like if you were still alive, I'd go visit maybe, but you're dead. What the fuck?
That's our
No, see, I'm
destination funeral. Sounds
different.
amazing.
I
Bury
don't.
me in Maui. Never got to go there in life.
I don't really show
Oh
this,
my
but
God.
I care about the people in my life so much. Like I really, really do, and I don't feel like there's a more in like obviously you have to be there for them when they need you. I am. But like there is no better opportunity for me to show how much I loved someone than to be there to help the rest of their friends and family gain closure and perspective on moving forward. And like I feel like I'm really good in those moments. Like I'll get up. I did this like a few times last year. I'll get up at a funeral. Okay. Again, I'm going to sound like a big jerk. Kind of what this show is for, is to just let me process this shit with you guys. When people get up and talk at a funeral and they start crying and they can't really get out what they say,
Right.
I feel like you should have let me read it for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
Because
You
we're all
would narrate.
missing what you wanted to say,
Right.
and we're
And
listening to
you're
you
so good
cry.
at it. There you go. You're so good at it.
Like if we're all gonna cry, but like you're up
Right.
there talking on a microphone, like get through it.
This is a
Okay,
great idea for like
I'm a
one of
horrible
those,
person,
like,
I know.
deadpan
No, you're the
comedies,
narrator
like
of
a
a
Nathan
funeral.
Fielder type show. Like you go to funerals and you just like, hey,
You
this is taking
narrate.
too long. Like, can we get this person out
Yeah,
of here? Like,
what do you call it when you read it? What is that called?
You're the
eulogy.
narrator.
Eulogy
the
caddy
eulogy.
or something?
You're a eulogy, a
Yeah, like you
professional
just,
eulogizer.
Yeah.
A professional eulogizer. And they
Hey,
hire you for your voice.
Eulogizers. This is Matt. Can I help you?
Is there a
Is
union?
that this Sunday? Okay, I'll be right there.
Is
there
a union? Yeah.
It's like how many pages? Okay, no, we've got. Oh, you'd rather a female? Okay, no, we can work that. But like
oh my
so
God.
then I get up there, and nothing's written down. I know exactly what I'm going to say. I say it all. It's perfectly clear. If I improvise anything, it's not stupid. There's no crying. It's definitely sincere. And people will, and like the last time I did, people were coming up to me afterwards going, like wanting to know more. And I was like, okay, I'm not prepared to sit here and like tell you. But, you know, I got up and told a story about a very dear friend of mine, somebody who was very influential at a, you know, I was 19.
Yeah.
And they were out of college. And she was just like an amazing friend. We were coworkers. She was an amazing friend to me. She gave me a lot of experience. I mean, I met her 2 weeks later. I was in my favorite bar of all time. It's still my favorite bar of all time. Like I became like, she introduced me to people who were iconic immediately. And so here I am at this service and they're all there. Do you know what I mean? All these people are there. And I'm like, fuck, man, this is when I was 19. These people were my heroes. They were legends in my hometown. Like they were so much older than me, but not, you know, that much older than me. Right. So like I could hang with them and they treated me like a little brother and they brought me along. You better believe I'm going to get up there and talk about that shit.
Okay.
Right.
Is this lie detector?
No. No, I'm telling you, man, I did my best to have a legendary life.
Nice.
Just-
That's very nice.
And now you're here doing left past.
now I got
at the
this.
end of
Yeah.
it all.
Which is, nobody's going to
what?
believe this either.
Legendary. I don't know if I would say my life is legendary, but I'd say at least 7 of the 9. I know it. And I've reinvented myself many times.
7 of 9?
I think we're talking about golf.
I don't wait. I don't follow that phrase though. You said I've had
9 lives. I've had 7 of 9
said-
lives, baby. I'm like meow. I don't have my meow sound effects.
So far.
Well, not
Just
anymore.
let the cats in.
It's not wild. I'm trying to be quiet and not wake my house guests by screaming too loud. Nobody's usually here ever. Oh my
But anyway, I hate when they put off the funeral.
Yeah.
Let's
Yes,
go.
we get
I
that.
say just
And
put
when-
it off
We get that.
indefinitely, but like make
Sometime-
it like you don't announce it
or don't have
as that,
one. Yeah.
Or no, it's like every day. It's like, I think we'll do it next week, and then next week.
That's the worst.
I was thinking maybe next month, and then next month happens. How about Tuesday? And then just like keep it going, like just to see how long it'll take.
Right.
That
But when
would
they
be
don't
very
tell you,
fitting.
So, how did everybody's New Year go today? I love the way that we ushered in 2025 in both Louisiana and Las Vegas, the two L words.
Anybody
What
Blowing
else?
up.
happened?
Okay, a blowing up Cybertruck and a guy
Oh.
running into into New Orleans crowd and killing 10. Just very uniquely American, isn't
Oh,
it?
we're going through a crowd. What happened?
no.
I did
watch
not
this.
hear about the
New
Cybertruck.
Orleans. Okay, a Cybertruck blew up in front of Trump Tower in Las
Was that fucking
Vegas,
fireworks?
and
What?
I
Yeah.
think that there were fireworks in
That's
it.
a Tesla.
There it is. Tesla.
What is this
Cybertruck.
beeping fucking sound? Turn the shit. I'm gonna go insane.
It's
Well,
It's a Tesla Cybertruck in front of Trump Tower.
and
So
somebody died in it.
so if anybody is like in traffic next to a Cybertruck, what do? Like you pull up next
Get
to him
the
at a
fuck outta
intersection.
there.
Are you allowed to run the light? I would not
Failed
sit
to
there next to that
do it.
fucking thing.
This
Well,
fucking
I don't
guy.
know. The only thing I read was about the fireworks, but the big controversy with the lunatic in Louisiana is that, because he was brown skinned and right away, and they're saying that he had an ISIS flag, which I'm going to tell you the truth, I don't believe it at all.
Yeah.
I mean,
About this
you can't
flag.
believe anything
No,
this
but he
early
was
on. That's
brown.
for sure.
So of course, all of the racists were yelling that it's the borders, and we can't let people in. And meanwhile, he's a United States citizen from Texas, and he's a veteran. And
So what'd he do? He killed 10 people?
Yes, he drove his a pickup truck. He rented, and both people that
He
committed
rented.
these acts of crime on New Year's Day both rented their vehicles from the same online rental app. It's just weird. I don't understand what's happening in this well, I do. Look at
How's
that.
this
What?
for 2025?
Yeah,
Because
that's
Does that
perfect.
say it all?
The state of
says
things.
it all. It says it
Fuck.
all. And
Yeah.
but the guy died. So obviously we're getting suicide bombers in the United States. But they're
That's
in
pretty
Teslas.
cool. I can respect the suicide bombing in a
Yeah,
Cybertruck.
but
Oh,
what was he
I'm
trying to
telling
prove
you.
with the front door that has glass that's bulletproof?
They are going
That's
Just having a
gonna
little
be-
fun.
the right wingers. We're going to see a lot of that.
Okay.
Hold on to your
think
butts,
that
folks.
all I thought about was how they pass laws saying that if there are protesters in the street and you run them over with your car, you're not in trouble.
Yeah, as far as
fucked up.
I know, they're protesting the new
That's
year,
fucked up.
right? Like that's
Yeah,
why
like
they're
we're
out there.
right on
They don't want
the
2025. They're protesting the year. I thought they were protesters.
like
Well,
if
then-
Your Honor.
that guy could have done something like more half-ass version of that and been like, sorry, they were in the way,
So you mean the
but
next Nazi march, I can automatically just go, oh, my foot slipped. I'm an old lady.
if they're in the road and
Yeah.
you're in one of those cities that
Oh, no, I won't
is on
be.
your side.
No, I won't
But
be. 'cause
basically,
where I
somebody
live,
got
Matt, they're undercover. Where I live, Matt, they're undercover.
what do you mean
They're-
the cops
Na-
or the Nazis?
The Nazis, they're
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
here. The white nationalists, they're here. I know they're here.
But I just think like somebody got hurt, a protester was killed, run over, and lawmakers immediately were like, well, we got to make that not a crime.
I know it's disgusting.
Fuck.
We are, but no matter how much we get astounded, it's numbness because we're just expecting these things now. We're expecting to live through the absurd. And we are. The Anthropocene is just bringing the best.
The what?
Anthropocene. We have left the Holocene period of stability in our climate.
I've
We
never
are
heard that
now
word
in-
before, or
Well,
it's just
we
not
are now in
in
the
comic books I
an-
read.
Okay, well, you're going to eventually make a
Tell me
comic
what the word is.
Anthropocene is the epoch we are living through now. In the Holocene, we were relatively stable and Earth systems were, and now we are in the Anthropocene where humanity has damaged the climate and the environment so much that we are now living through an epoch of devastation brought on by unnatural
It's funny
force.
when you know what it is, but not by the word. Like
Right.
you're living
Right.
the definition. Did you know that
Right.
word, Andrea?
Anthropocene. Yeah.
Mhm.
Anthropocene is
Well,
how I
what
would
it
pronounce it.
okay, Anthropocene.
Oh,
But listen, we also are living, according to scientist Sam Carana, in the Suicene. The Suicene is where human beings just continue to keep doing what they know is wrong, and they're doing it with abandon and ramping it all up. We are in the Suicene.
it's how we end up with the 2-bucket disease. Is that what they
Yeah.
were calling the new
Uh,
Novo virus, the 2-bucket virus or 2-bucket
Oh,
disease?
is
oh
that
Have you
called
no.
heard
the
this?
Sounds funny.
no, the norovirus? Because I've been sick for a month and
This
I
is
didn't know what the fuck.
Novo, I think.
Oh, Novo. Noro, I know what
Is
that is.
this
Then
is
there's the bird flu.
both ends. They said this
Oh, I didn't have that.
one bumped the bird flu out of the way, and
Oh.
everyone's got what they're calling the 2-bucket disease. I was reading
No, I
this on
didn't have
NBC
that.
News, man. It's gross.
Well, I had that when I had COVID, but no, this was sick, different. But I'm on the other side. I mean, I'm definitely getting better. I am definitely, but it was weeks.
Can you imagine
Bozo virus.
if all of a sudden everyone broke out in bozo? Hey,
Oh my
kids!
God.
It's like,
And
what?
I started doing something when we were teens, and it hasn't stopped, which is the concept of clowns as like a species
Hey,
or like
everybody's coming
another
to your chat.
race of
Yay.
humans. I don't know. Just the idea that like clowns are predisposed to wackiness is very funny to me, and I would love a disease that it gives you clown-like symptoms.
Clown
Like, are you sick? No, I'm fine. Like, that'd be amazing. That'd be good.
It's like, wow, your hair is starting to get real curly and rainbow colored. And wow.
Oh, almost like my
It's
hair
just-
was. I looked like a clown for how many years with lavender hair and letting it be curly.
Oh man.
Hey.
Hey, Prairie Fire. Oh my
And
gosh.
everybody's
Kowalski, good to see
here
you.
from ECH since I didn't set it up. I was too lazy. And so everybody's coming here, Matt.
The 20
$5 super chat from Prairie Fire. Happy New
That's
Year's. La Nina is
nice.
coming. Cooler summer weather, good crop producing weather.
Let's
It is
hope
a
so.
great time to stock up resources for the 2026 crash.
Yeah. Or as Professor Guy McPherson calls it, when we are going extinct.
And I just want to point out,
ray of sunshine.
want to point out that avatar is my drawing.
Hey.
So
Yes, it is. That's right.
I'm not sweating it.
No, that's nice.
Dave Marvin with the $20. Thanks, Dave. Good to see you. 2 friends of mine went to the Art Institute of Seattle. The graphic design guy's skills were outdated after 2 years because of software changes. He became a surveyor instead. The other one did sound design, still does. That's awesome.
Cool.
See, this is the thing, is that there are things you can learn from the field that you can apply anywhere, like computers, like technology, like being up to speed on user interfaces and stuff like that.
Mhm.
One thing I would love to go to just like traditional graphic design school now, because I want someone who can teach all the old school methods before computers, because all of the stuff that we do with computers is just based on that anyway.
Yeah, it's just a digital version of that. Absolutely.
Anyway, thanks for the super chats, you guys. Really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Thank
And
you.
welcome into my chat, all you
All of everybody.
ECHers.
Yep. That's right. That's right. Because I was lazy. Really bad. Sorry.
So yeah, I mean, I spent my day editing some stuff and I played tennis today. Had spaghetti,
Hey.
What kind of
There you
spaghetti?
go.
vegan meatballs, spaghetti.
Oh, are we
and
doing this
tomato
hot
gravy.
sauce horse shit on?
I don't
Oh,
eat
okay.
anything.
Look, we had to postpone the hot wings
Yeah.
challenge because Andrea is a little nervous and afraid and had
Oh,
this excuse
bullshit.
that her hot sauce is like lost in the mail because of
Shit.
holiday delivery.
It's there.
Chicken out.
It's not.
It's supply chain, baby. Get used to it.
It's gonna be here tomorrow morning.
Oh,
All
Now here's I just want to share with you. So Letterhack pitches this idea. Let's do a hot sauce thing.
Yeah,
Doesn't send me any link to the website.
I didn't
I
think
asked,
anybody
hey,
would
can you
want to
send
do
me
it.
a link to the store page with the ones you got? He sends me a picture of a bottle of hot sauce,
happened?
and I'm just supposed to read the label and then like Google it, I guess, like put it into the Bing search engine. I asked for a link. This motherfucker shows me 3
I didn't give you a
stock
link to.
photos. No,
I didn't give you a
sent me
link to
3
Pucker Butt.
stock photos. No, it's just stock photos.
Oh, I totally meant to give you a link to the actual website.
See?
And then it was like, these are the hot sauces I got. I did.
Mhm.
And I must have, because I also said I had to get the bomb from Walmart online because I couldn't find the bomb anywhere else.
Well,
Do you guys know
I'm-
the bomb hot sauce? That's like the.
No, I don't know.
I've had it. Yeah.
I'm just trying to
Yeah.
figure out why I lost
blaming you?
access to your chat through StreamYard. Continue. It
I don't
just
know.
stopped.
But
Oh, there it is. It's
so
back.
we'll have to
I'm
pick
not-
that up.
I'm
Andrea and
putting an
I are
article-
going to do the hot wings challenge. I'm streaming
down on
every day this
Friday?
week. Okay, so that's the thing is I have an interview Friday from like
And so do
9
I.
to 9:30, 9:45. We could
No, I
easily all meet up here around 10:15.
I
and do the
know,
hot
but
hot
I
ones.
do have Lyle Lewis, author of Racing to Extinction, talking about. I know you're all excited, so excited to come to my show, wildlife biologist. We are going to be talking about droughts and why it might not be related to just climate change. And then we are talking about beavers.
Oh, awesome.
Look at Jake. I knew he'd be excited. And guess
gotta
what?
leave
I
it to
watched,
him.
Like you.
and guess what I watched this morning? I watched the beaver, the True North.
Yeah, True North Eager Beaver
Eager
podcast.
Beaver. Yeah, I'm watching them a lot. Today's the first day I actually really chatted with them.
Oh,
They're
so
really
they're so
good. They're so
Yeah.
calming. They're so calming compared to
Oh, they're
all the
lovely.
crazy Americans. I loved it. Yeah, I gave them a super chat because people were generous with me. So I took a little tiny bit and gave a few other creators some super chats this year. Merry
Heck yeah.
Christmas and Happy New Year. Yeah, they were
Good on you,
great.
Sandy,
They're
and thank
great,
you.
Jake. And we brought you up in the chat. Saucy Seawick, well, she's a moderator for them.
Oh yeah,
And
that whole gang is they're the best, man. I really like them.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you're checking them out.
Yeah. For the last few
Also
months.
very funny. Like they
Mhm.
enjoy humor. They are able to create it. They make me laugh.
Oh, they're so enjoyable. They're just so enjoyable. And that's, there's not that many people that I can say anymore that are totally enjoyable. There's so much stress out there. Although I have to say, I really love Ben Dixon, no matter what he does.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
do.
Ben's cool.
I really like him.
So we'll have to pick up that hot sauce challenge. I'm down for Friday night. You guys let me know.
Okay, but
Otherwise,
it's going to be
whatever.
a long night. I don't know what time Lyle's
I
going to be
mean-
done. And then I guess we could come right over and I could set up 2 things, but I'm not doing hot sauce. Everybody knows what I'm
That's what
doing.
I'm
right?
saying. So, like, if you want to wait for a left past 10, we can do that.
No, I'm doing the tea
But-
off. You're doing the hot sauce and I'm doing the tea.
Okay.
Unless you all want to wait till next Wednesday. See, you're in the behind the scenes creation mode.
It's up to you.
Yes, but
What do you
Just
think?
let me know. I'll be ready because I'm not okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to throw shade, but I will just put it this way. I definitely am not afraid to do the hot sauces.
Oh, I'm
I
not
don't know
afraid.
if anybody else
Yeah.
is, but
I'm afraid.
is it a competition? Wait, are we competing?
Absolutely.
Oh, who's
yeah,
judging?
I assumed.
How are you
then
win?
I have to stand
What are we
back and
competing?
be the
This is a
judge.
done deal. Come on,
Who,
it's
who
over.
can handle? Who doesn't throw up first, or who doesn't cough themselves to
I might get the
oblivion, or-
hiccups. Do I get
Yeah,
deducted points if I get the
I
hiccups?
don't know. I
No,
have.
it's just so
I-
we'll figure it out. Well,
Yeah.
if we do it next
I'm gonna look
Wednesday
it
or
up.
on Friday, we'll figure it out. But
My
we'll
thing
just
is,
like
I get
each sauce. We'll get like a way to determine how much we try each time, and then we just keep going until we can't, I guess. Or we run out.
well, I was gonna cook them in the hot
going
sauce and then
Oh.
have extra there for like a dab.
Here's
Okay.
what I'm gonna throw this out there.
Of judging.
I think if we have a guest cancel on us, which happens from time to time, you have the hot sauce handy as like
Okay.
a guest canceled. So now this is a special.
Well, the
You know
problem
what?
is
It's
I'll
not
run out
practical.
by then because I'm gonna.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat the hot
try
sauce.
it.
Fair. Withdrawn.
But I think you're onto something there, Jake. I think that maybe what we can do is when it comes time to, like, if a guest does cancel, then we just automatically do hot sauce
I do like
Just
that.
generally
I
speaking.
just put the rules in the chat.
because then it'll be like, oh no, now we have to do a hot sauce tonight, and I have a meeting tomorrow morning, and that's going to be
You want me to narrate it? Sing it? Yeah.
Winners of hot sauce contests are usually determined based on specific criteria, such as finishing all the levels of spiciness, completing various challenges within a time limit, or being judged on.
Where did you get that definition from?
Oh,
My-
from Google. But
My
my
thing is,
point
you have
we-
to finish.
If we take a little more
the
time, we'll
wings.
have some really good. We'll have some really good fun
Yeah, I'm gonna have.
games
way
to
you guys do it.
play.
I'm gonna have vegan nuggets, and
Okay.
I'm gonna douse them in the hot sauce, and one of each, one nugget per sauce, and then I'll have some sauce available to put on as extra. But you have to eat the whole thing. This whole like on hot
I'm
ones,
not
the hot
doing
ones
that.
challenge on YouTube where they take a little bite and put it down. They're like, "Oh my god!" I'm like,
I've only seen one episode of that.
I've
like,
never
one
really?
seen any
whole
of this
food.
stuff.
Why is it so wasteful?
It's
Yeah,
it's wild.
bad.
yeah."
Like you
gotta
can
know that you
use
gotta eat the whole
one,
wing.
one piece of food for multiple sauces. Even
Andrea, did you get the bomb?
I don't know if I got the ones you sent me pictures of. I
Well,
got
'cause-
whatever you sent me a picture of.
I don't know if I did send you a picture of the bomb, but that one is like pure. Okay, so here's how it works.
I'm doing tea.
They measure the heat by Scoville, which is a guy's name. What they do is they take the peppers, they grind them up, they're ground, dehydrated and ground, and then they mix them with like sugar water, basically. The number of times they dilute them when they finally lose the heat is the Scoville rating. So if you dilute it 3 million times and there's no heat, then it's a Scoville of 3 million or whatever. A
Oh,
hot sauce is not the same method, so it's automatically more diluted. It's not the same amount of pepper. So when you see a Scoville rating on the hot
Mhm,
sauce,
mhm.
you aren't trying that. You aren't tasting that. They're
Oh,
telling you what the pepper Scoville is. That's
okay.
not how hot the hot sauce is.
Wow, you're quite educated
When
here.
it comes to the bomb
Yeah.
hot sauce is
Yeah.
hotter than the Scoville. The fucking hot sauce is
Okay.
hotter than the individual pepper Scoville because of how they make it. It's pure heat.
Can't even
And it's
imagine it.
it's an extract.
And all three of you are going to burn your tongues and throats for this tonight. That night.
No,
Yo, you're
only
not
two
doing
of
it,
us.
Jake. Okay, so you and
Correct.
I are observing them. I was
Yeah,
going to do
possibly
a tea
betting.
taste off. I was just going to do different kinds of mushroom teas and different turmeric teas and bring them in and do a tea taste off for the girls.
You're drinking tumors.
Turmeric. Turmeric. I have
Oh.
ginger. I have turmeric, and then I have lion's tail, lion's mane. I have different teas. So I thought I would just juxtaposition the violence of the hot sauce.
Do you have
Well,
any
and
I do.
W's?
Tea for
I
the
like the
girls.
idea of it's Matt and Andrea having a hot wing challenge, a hot
So we'll be
sauce
like,
challenge, and then in between rounds, it's Sandy and I having a tea off, and when we're going, it's just like, oh, that is lovely. That's quite good.
and I'm
We
like,
got
"Oh,
it down,
it
man.
hurts."
This is gonna be good.
I've never gotten used to. Okay, that's not true. I've gotten very used to different degrees of hot sauces and heat. No problem. I eat peppers raw. My wife grew
it's fun.
20 some different varieties of hot
Oh, I
peppers
bet
last year,
she did.
and I just eat them
Does
like
she
no
eat
problem.
them? Does she eat them?
Yeah, she
Oh
made.
my God, I can't eat them.
She had a bunch of peppers in a brine, made a mash, and then made a hot sauce. And I'm just sitting there like trying the brine. It was intense. Like it was so hot. It was crazy. But like, so I get used to it. My tolerance goes up. It's not exactly easier. Do you know what I mean? Like I love it. I can't
Right.
stop. I'll always do it. But it's after a few minutes, you're like, oh, it hurts.
Yeah, it
I'm
does.
sneezing.
What's the fun
No
of
joke.
it?
Chest.
Let me float this your way.
Endorphins. don't know.
Endorphins.
It's great.
Sometimes
Yeah,
it
we'll have
just
to look
tastes
at
real good.
what hot sauce must do to your brains. The different. I wonder if it actually hits the neurotransmitters.
Gotta.
Well, rather
It's
interestingly,
gotta. Yeah, like sugar.
capsaicin
Hot. Yeah, go ahead.
doesn't actually burn. All it does is it makes you oversensitive to any heat at all. So if you have something that's actually physically quite cold, like an ice cube, that will reduce the burning significantly
Oh,
because you're not actually. So if you're eating hot sauce, take a sip of like hot coffee or something, and your mouth will light up.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
the
I
worst.
love doing
Yeah.
that.
Like
Oh,
hot
can't
sauce
even
on
do that
eggs with coffee.
Yep,
imagine.
I do that every morning.
And it doesn't give you a stomach ache or burn going down.
Oh, it
the-
does.
Oh, of course
yeah,
it does,
It's
yeah.
It
hardcore.
burns going
Yeah.
Part
down
of
the
it.
tubes.
Oh yeah, every
Can you
time.
imagine? Does
Sometimes
leave,
it
like,
lingers,
Does it
and
leave
Oh yeah.
scar
sometimes
tissue
it gets
in there?
hotter after. Yeah,
Oh,
sometimes
scar
it gets
tissue.
hotter after a few minutes.
Oh my god! I was such.
I
a
would
dork.
never stop doing it though. It's
Well, you like it.
yeah, it's
You
like
do
weird.
what you enjoy in life. It's not weird. Listen.
Well, I don't know if it's
go
the
on
kind of
this-
thing I would say I enjoy it in
Yeah, but
life.
I
Like,
had this.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Why we're doing it, aren't we? We're watching you do it online.
What are you,
I mean, there's a
Nosferatu?
novelty to it for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's great. One summer, I had this gigantic party here in 2018. 2 people bought me pepper plants, and this one guy bought me this pepper plant, and I thought, oh, they're beautiful. I just cut them up, and I thought I was going to absolutely die. It was red. That's all I know. It was red and small. It went,
Oh.
and it was killer. I mean, literally for me, it was killer. I am a baby when it comes to any of that stuff.
Fair enough.
My whole life, I've never been like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
my
No.
wife made a
boring.
sauce out of 7-pot pepper, red.
Wow.
7-pot pepper. You ever hear of that?
Ugh.
She
No.
grows shit that you're apparently not. Like they're like, you can't grow this in North America. It doesn't work. And she's like, we're
Oh,
growing
she's
it.
trying it. Yeah.
No, she's
Well, it was
grown
based
it. And
off
like
of
it's
stand-
standards
good.
from like 10 years ago.
You're in
What'd
a
you
good.
say?
You're in a good.
Like, why can't
area
you
to
grow
do
it? Because like, you
Oh,
know,
I don't
Because
know.
our
They're
climate
the
is
changing
not.
like gardening zones. So
Well, yeah, but also
regional.
in a-
It's like
you're in a
DVDs only work in
place-
some areas.
you're in a
Ah.
place where you could grow more and more months out of the year than me. And so I think that's great that she tries those things. I do them indoors. I have to start indoors in February. All
Yeah,
the
we do
seeds.
that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
She's got winter flowers going outside. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Me too. Right in the deck. I brought them in and overwintered them. See, we have so much in common.
What is an example of a winter
Scary.
flower? Do they actually
Um,
flower?
No,
Or do
they're
they close up for the winter?
they're Gerber daisies that are overwintering, but they will come back again. I don't have any
Okay.
flowers. Even the catnip that's out there, it got cold. Even though it's a covered deck, they got cold and they froze. They froze.
Hmm.
I can't grow catnip in the house with all these cats, so I grow it outside, but it's freezing in that room at times. We're supposed to get a big, very cold snap, and I think it's going to go all the way down to you, Matt, and Jake. You might feel it. Arctic air broken. It's going all the way down south. Mhm.
Ooh.
These people down here on the weather are like, we might get some snow, and they talk about it for days.
Incessantly.
And
I
I'm
know.
like,
Is it on the news
you are not forecasting snow
yet?
for days in
Right.
South Carolina. Like,
Right.
you can't tell me in a week it's gonna snow. There's no fucking. It's not gonna snow where I am. 2, if it does, gonna
No,
be
wait.
fleeting.
What did you say about what happened during the hurricane? You said it's not going to touch me. I'm too far in. And what happened?
I didn't say that.
Ah,
Never say never, baby. Never
Hold on.
say never.
Sandy, I'm not a meteorologist. It's not like it's not going to touch me. I've lived here for
Aren't
what,
you a
a year and a half at this
meteorologist?
point? What the fuck do I know? No, I was saying they say
A
it's
lot.
not going to touch us. And
Right.
even during and after, they were saying that was weird.
We're getting
You
a
know
lot of
a
spin.
lot.
A lot of spin after
but
this.
this is the
talk.
spin zone.
But when it
across
comes
the
to
hall from the no
snow,
spin zone.
it's not
Well,
going to snow here.
Well,
And if it does, it's not going to be like
if it
shutting
does,
things
it's-
down.
No, it's going to be
I'm
funny.
walking around in
hilarious,
shorts
like,
and a t-shirt, no
right.
shoes or socks today.
It will be white. It'll get to be like 34 degrees. It'll be white. It'll snow for like 20 minutes and everyone will freak out. But there have been frosts in Florida that have ruined orange crops. I mean, it does happen. Strange things do happen. I'm really gonna watch your state. I'm gonna watch for all this coming up. I'm gonna.
okay. I mean, it hadn't snowed here in like 10 years, so if
Right.
it does, it'll be a
Okay.
fluke. But
Yeah.
my point is, if on Monday they're saying it's going to snow the following Monday,
Yeah.
that just
That's-
seems like
Well, those are the models change.
stoking
They're
fears.
well, because the models change and they're too far out. There are very good meteorologists that don't do that, that will talk about what's happening right now. They talk about the models, but they explain that the models change, and we use so many different ones. We use a European one. We use, North American ones, and all the models might read a slightly different thing.
But I mean, I lived in Colorado for 20 some years. Like I
That's
can handle
right.
the snow. That's not a problem.
Mhm.
We don't take snow days in Colorado unless they say if you're on the road, we'll arrest you. Those are the only snow days you get in Colorado. It's pretty crazy. Like I was like,
No,
wow,
to
we
me,
really got to get up and
that's
go to
crazy.
work in this shit. Come
Yeah.
on.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
That's why I thought. Tell me if I'm crazy. People were like, dude, you could run on that. And I was like, is what? Mayor, governor? It's ridiculous. But
Mayor Matt.
we all have to get up and go to work, no matter what the weather is. And I
Mhm.
said there needs to be some sort of tax incentive. Like at the end of the year, they go, here's how much snowfall
Uh-huh.
times days of the week. How
Yep.
far do you commute to and from work? Okay.
Mhm.
You can write this off, this amount, because that's wear and tear on the roads, which we have to pay for. It's wear and tear on my car, which I have to pay for. I have to get up like an hour earlier to go to work, so I'm on the road longer. It's like my own personal
I
time.
did it too in Buffalo. And
And it's all
Christy's
for
in
what?
the chat. Christy for
For
work. but
businesses and
I know. Christy's in
everyone
the chat.
benefits but me. Fuck that.
She lives on Lake Erie. I lived on Lake Erie. I drove 22 miles up to Buffalo, right? And we would go in incredible snowstorms. I'd come home and there would be 2 feet of snow in the driveway because the plow would plow it in and I have to shovel it. So you drive with a shovel in your vehicle, right? Did you, Matt, ever have one? Shovel in your vehicle? How about you, Jake?
Fuck yeah. Folding
Yeah.
shovel.
Yeah, you got to have one because if you get stuck, you got to be able to shovel your ass out.
I
Yeah,
think
there's
I
no
think
no-
look, we got
no
Stephen
thing.
K is like, I think I've asked for clarification. I think Stephen K is saying that tax idea is a bad idea. Really?
The tax idea?
Like you shouldn't get anything for having
next
to go to
one.
work no matter what the weather is and put yourself at risk just so what your job can benefit so they can keep making, like, give me a fucking paid day off. Like
The
I thought we
representative
were
from Michigan would like to offer an amendment. I would say a straight up cash incentive rather than a break.
There you-
on
okay.
taxes.
there you go. I was just finding a way at
I
the end
like
of
the
the year they
concept.
could apply a formula.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But if you want to
Oh.
just give out cash and as a check once a
A
year,
weather dividend for your inconvenience because you had to participate in the
I'm saying it
capitalistic
was
society.
every
yeah,
there were
yeah. Literally
blizzards.
for
Yeah,
those
there you
reasons.
go.
Blizzards.
Yep.
It was insane.
No, I mean Sandy, literally for the reasons you're saying, because
still here.
you were out having to brave inclement weather to keep the economy going. If we've learned anything from COVID, I think that should set an example. Like, yeah.
Okay, well, nobody in Buffalo could give a shit. That's the way it is.
You're
here.
in Buffalo. Oh, but hold on. You got neighbors who are going to go out and shovel and plow because you're in Buffalo.
Well, not me.
I was
per
in
se,
Longmont,
anyway.
Colorado. They're not
Yeah.
doing that shit there. You
No,
know
they
what I
don't
mean?
do it.
Like we have to rely on something.
Yeah, you were in place like that where they drive those snow machines like in The Shining.
No, I wasn't. It was not that is what I'm
No,
saying. You're
no.
talking about like Aspen and Winter Park and like way
Yeah,
up in the mountain. I was nowhere near
It's
that.
a
We didn't have
beautiful
shit.
state. It is a beautiful state, though, Colorado. I enjoyed going and visiting Jennifer there.
Yeah.
Boulder.
Yeah, Boulder especially.
Boulder.
But you know what they say about
Boulder.
Boulder? Too many cars, not enough parking.
I didn't know that, really. You
What they
think
try to do, they want to emulate a small town appeal.
Yeah.
And so they don't expand the roads. They don't give you two lanes
Oh,
ever.
right.
That's
It's always
great.
one lane this way, one lane that way.
Fuck
A
the
lot
cars.
of traffic.
Fuck them.
You know what? It's a
And that's
like
why I
that.
gave up my car when I was in Boulder. I was like, I'm walking, man, or riding a
There
bike.
you go.
That
The
was
That's
bike
public
path
policy
was
done right.
it
But
was
then
so quick to get
they'll
around.
build housing developments out 40 zillion miles, but only let the towns still have one lane so they can have the illusion of not a lot of population. I suppose. I saw that out there. When I went out, I saw a lot of ranches for sale.
When were you out there?
At Jennifer's in 2017, a long time ago. And
I was like working from home.
right
If we
there.
knew each other, I
Yeah.
could have just
I know, but we
coulda
didn't.
hung
And
out.
I was doing this shit and the political shit and the Bernie shit, but I went out there
I
for
wasn't.
a weekend retreat for doomers. It wasn't really. It was by Carolyn Baker, who's a psychologist, as to how to deal with society, how to deal with everything the way it is. She's very good at this. She's the elder in our community. I mean,
I'm not
really.
kidding though. I left the
Yeah.
snow shovel leaning against my front door when I moved.
Good.
And I
Well,
was like, you can have
lived
this
there
shit.
long enough. I mean, you went from Maryland, which is somewhat seasonal, but you had some snow there, but probably not major big snowstorms, did you?
It was like every 10 years, you know,
Okay.
you have a huge one. But yeah, for the most part. And
Right.
but in Maryland, they would say it's going to snow tomorrow. Don't go out. And then it wouldn't snow, and you're like, so we just get the day off, okay? And then in Colorado, it was like you're sitting there going, oh, there's no way. You're up at 5 a.m. saving your trees because it's May, and your trees are touching the branches are touching the ground because it snowed
Right.
overnight, and you're like,
Right.
holy shit, there's no way we're going to work, right? This is crazy. And they're like, schools are open, everything's up
Yeah.
and running. And you're like,
Everything's
oh
open.
my God, all right, this is nuts. And then you're at work all day, like, how the fuck are we gonna get home? This is crazy. Look outside. And you're like, just do.
Jake, you get a lot of snow though, don't you?
A fair amount.
I'm always
Honestly,
following the weather
less
where
these
you are.
years than
Well,
in
yeah.
my childhood, but
Last
yeah.
time I saw snow was in Michigan last year.
Oh yeah.
Hey, tell you
So,
tonight we got
Jake, tell me what
Winnemucca.
what have you lived through in your from then to now as far as your precip goes in the winter?
I mean, I've experienced things like flooding and snowstorms. I was working as a contractor during a blizzard once, which was fascinating. I once in Detroit swam in my underwear through a flooded crawl space between two houses. So lots of wet related things, but as you say,
Well,
I
Lake
mean,
Michigan.
every year less and exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
But every year less and less and less and less. It's genuinely
Yeah, here too. And Lake Erie is not frozen. And what's going to happen
Mm.
here is that because Lake Erie is not frozen, they may not get consistent snowfalls every day or general snowfalls, but they're going to get another big one in Buffalo. It'll go to the South Towns. I'm about 20 to 25 miles below the snow ban line, so I don't get it. I haven't plowed my driveway in 4 years, but where Christy lives, where my kid lives, they're going to get another one, and it'll be another 4 or 5 feet. Because this is what's happening.
Yeah.
The lake doesn't freeze, so there's no chance so when these lake effect storms that'll bring up the moisture come, and it's going to happen where you are too, they're not all the time.
I'm actually concerned about the water levels because, like, on the other side of the state, Lake Michigan has had record-setting highs and then quite low lows, and then record-setting highs again. And it's more than just the overall water level. The fluctuation like that causes this hyper quick erosion. And you're starting to get to the point where lakeside communities, which is every border community in every place but the south of Michigan, lakeside communities they're feeling it. Like there's people that build houses next to the water that can't live in those houses anymore because the beach is gone. It sucks.
This is a big problem. It's not just there, but I'm interested to hear about Michigan specifically being on that lake and the erosion. Very interesting.
On a related note,
find me a subject.
let me tell you, the greater the nation will start hearing about it. I'm predicting in about 2 years, because I think we're gonna have it's gonna start affecting Chicago basically, and it's gonna be a problem because
Well,
it's the
yeah,
same
once-
lake touching Chicago
Mhm.
and where Grand
Yep.
what is it, Spring Lake.
So people going
Grand
into
Haven.
all these fields and learning how to mitigate will be engineers, and they'll be it's going to be a fight against what we've done, but that's what's going to happen. You'll see it all. Hey, I watched this thing the other night. Did anybody ever know that they drained Niagara Falls
What?
in 19? Yeah, it just came up in my stupid feed. Christy out there in Buffalo Land. Did you know that they drained Niagara Falls in like the 60s, 1969, and they renovated and rebuilt everything on the New York side in the two falls that go down so that it wouldn't erode? Wild shit. I never knew that because, of course, I didn't live here then.
That's
But it
wild.
was, yeah, it is
Yeah.
wild, Matt. Something like you. So, Andrea, what's going on in your area? I know you don't want to tell anybody you're incognito, but like, do you worry about anything where you live?
I worry.
Yeah. Weather-wise? Climate-wise? No? Okay.
Do you have
have the-
Just
predictions for
generally.
2025?
Yeah.
Do I have predictions? Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Care to
Yeah.
elaborate?
Yeah.
You put
That
me on
says
the
it all.
spot here.
That says
Yeah.
it all,
Oh,
folks.
you've
Uh,
got that.
Oh, sorry. Not like you're a host doing this longer than literally any of us. Come on. What is on the spot when it comes to Andrea Rovinsky? That's not a thing. Or is it?
Well, first of all, I'll have you know that
Yeah.
I have predictions for the future.
Not just this year.
Well, this year in particular is part of the future. I'm trying to filibuster. Are we done yet?
Yeah.
listening.
No, that's deep.
I have a prediction for 2025.
I know how to get
confident
Andrea to
it's gonna
talk about
be
predictions.
somewhere between 300 and 400 days long.
Okay.
Oh, let's meet back here this time next year and see if that
Yeah. Okay.
came true or not.
Yeah.
All right.
Start
God.
counting. This is one.
Yes.
I've recently started taking art commissions, I should tell you all. They're all from my
Oh.
nephew so far,
Oh.
and only in exchange. He's not paying me money. He's just agreeing to not punch me as hard in the stomach.
Oh,
He's not
no,
gonna not
really?
punch me in the
How
stomach.
old
but he
is your
said
nephew?
he's 7, and he's really starting to dip the knee and lean into it. So
Really?
out of fear of his horrible knuckles, I started doing art commissions such as werewolf howling, and you can see the O's coming out of his mouth.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's great.
there's also banana superhero,
Let's.
banana
You got
businessman,
these?
tired
Can we-
coming home from work. I had to give those to him. He didn't. He
Oh,
just
those
wanted
are framed on the
pictures.
wall already.
Yeah. Banana mad scientist. Most of the other ones are banana related.
Let's talk about your rates because this free business is going to hurt the industry.
Not
Okay.
free.
Okay, so what
it's in
is there?
exchange for not being punched as hard as he can in the stomach. He's not going to
That's-
not punch me in the
that's
stomach.
That's
he's gonna
a
take a little of the
contract under
pepper off.
duress. That's worse than
Yeah.
free. Okay, you can't do that either.
No, you haven't. Hey, you want to go try to talk sense into this kid? You can try.
Bring him on.
There's got to be some
He's
kind
a
of
stomach puncher,
barter.
though. A mean
He's got to at
7-year-old.
least. I mean, can he at least provide you with some crayons?
No, he doesn't.
enhance
He
the
does
art
not
at all?
provide supplies.
I mean,
Sometimes he makes me give him my supplies.
how old is he?
7.
And you just have a
That's old
supply of
enough.
crayons and pens and
Oh
paper.
my God.
That's old enough to
Pens,
start getting
yeah.
serious. 7.
7.
He's a tough 7-year-old.
What? Okay, well, he's a 7-year-old trying to be a capitalist.
Yeah.
So, do you want to play this game or not, pal?
Well,
And
I
you
mean,
want to beat
I'll say
people
this:
up for
there's
your
hope.
stuff?
He's interested in art. I appreciate that. He's not interested
Yeah.
in actual money. I appreciate that. He has a
Good.
creative mind. I like that he likes werewolves. I'm also a huge fan of werewolves.
Sounds like a good kid.
Of course, Jake's getting bullied by a child. All right,
He's
all
probably,
right.
I don't know this kid's
Basically a
name.
man.
Your nephew, he's probably handing that stuff straight to some kind of AI and being like, here you go. Use this.
Teach him how to grow food
Well,
and do
that's
things
fair.
with his hands and fix things.
I'll tell you what he does with them. He cuts them out, and then he uses them as like action figures. Stand your ground,
Artistic.
Jake.
Stand,
Real
stand your ground.
brave
Stand
across
your ground.
the internet when you
How
don't
about
have
this?
to face the stone fists of this boy. All right,
Drawing for
drawing.
drawing.
Man, there you go. Yeah, we'll try that.
Wow,
Hey,
I made it over
let me
an
get
hour.
in
He
on
isn't-
this. How can I help? Like, get to a point where it's like, if, you know, like I take one of your drawings and give you like another like fully rendered digital version of it, right? Like, how can we get him to
Yeah.
earn that?
Well, here's what you do. If you want to help, just try to think of a bunch of things that a 7-year-old would enjoy. They're mostly
Oh, God,
banana
who could
based.
remember?
And
Banana based.
So,
and just draw a bunch of those. So I'd be like, here you go.
Captain Potassium or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, he did have me do a banana-based superhero, a tired banana businessman coming home from work. By the way, I should not have put the faces on the inside curve. I did not think about that until I had done many banana figures. The artist immediately understands the
Yeah.
anatomical difficulties
Weird,
this
like-
eventually presents.
I can't remember 7. I have no grandchildren, and my daughter is not a breeder, as she says, and so I don't remember 7. I mean, I remember her when she was 7, but not every bit of every single idiosyncrasy. I don't. So it's nice to listen to somebody else that has
yeah.
access to kids because I don't have any. I don't see anybody's kids. And that's
Oh,
okay. I'm
well.
fine with that. No, I'm fine. I don't mind. I don't mind at all.
I've
No,
got
I really don't.
my sister's kids
Yeah.
visiting tomorrow, and they are much more chill. So fingers
Yeah, but
crossed.
they must have fun with Uncle Jake. That's cool.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
You're the
am
cool uncle, and they'll always have good memories.
well, I'm the riding uncle, certainly. Shoulders, generally speaking, back, if I dare get on the floor.
Oh my God. Kids. Yep.
That's roughhousing.
Yes.
Yeah. No, yeah. Basically, constantly fighting, and then I let him kill me, and then we try to hide the body. Usually, that's what happens.
My older brother was so into like, you know, physical combat that he was always like, let me show you this move. And I was like, oh, fuck yourself. Don't show me any moves. I'm going to start carrying a knife, dude. Don't show me any moves.
You don't want to help him practice the moves?
It's like, come here, let me show you this. Like out in the middle of the living room. He's like, all right, come at me. And I'm like, I'm not coming at you. I'm not doing this. I'm trying to watch Different Strokes or like Silver Spoon
funny.
or Taxi. Leave me the fuck alone.
And your younger
Let me
brother
show you
wants
this
to come
move.
bother you, and yeah, that's cute. I think. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was
is.
probably the let me show you this move, brother. But my whole family is just ridiculous. The letter hack. I heard a funny,
You have a
stupid
good
joke
family.
recently. I'm gonna let letter hack read this one.
Studies have
because-
shown that people addicted to brake fluid can't stop.
Oh,
That's
please.
you want to. I heard,
Oh, please.
and that reminds me of I didn't know if to talk about this tonight or I'm doing like daily content, so it's like when do I roll this out? But I don't know what to do with this story. I heard about a basketball player who was like, I don't know basketball like I used to. Now I used to watch a lot, but this basketball player like went, I don't know what they called it. He went blind like overnight.
Whoa.
Yeah, but it's okay. They're just gonna make him a referee.
Oh, you motherfucker.
So
You know what? I'm not even.
He still got
I'm not
income.
into it yet. That was solid. That was solid.
I keep forgetting I have people sleeping in the other room.
Oh yeah, because
Oh
these
my
jokes are gonna
goodness.
get you cackling. Trust me.
I'm laughing. I'm making noise. You have
That
to
brake fluid
realize.
one, I'm using that.
What's
Oh.
what's
Hey, does
Max
anybody
thinking
have
here?
mice in their house?
No.
I'm sure I do. I'd be shocked if I hope I
And
have
in
mice.
my
Preventative measures here.
in my vehicle, I have preventative
I
fucking
found a
cats,
dead
but they're in
mouse the other day.
Oh,
Ugh.
Cats
Not
are
in
not a
my house,
guarantee against
but
mice.
let me hear
near
this.
the house there was a
Yeah.
dead ass mouse.
Oh,
Mm.
near the house. No, I know I have them running up along the bedroom wall somehow. And I'm
Those
so sick of all
fuckers.
this shit.
Could be squirrels.
Mice. No, there's no squirrels there. Could
Are
be
you doing
chipmunk.
peppermint?
Around my car. The other day, the day I actually went out yesterday, I pull out and I don't leave anything in the truck. I drive a Toyota Tacoma pickup truck. And I don't leave anything in there anymore because I came out and I had left paper towels in and they chewed it all up. They get in from underneath. So I lifted the hood up yesterday and I look under, I open up there's a couple of different air filters, but this is the compartment filter that's right in front of the glove box. I opened it up. It wasn't all full of anything because there's nothing for them to chew up, but the mouse is right there under the filter. Like, get the fuck out of here, you little shit, in the car.
That's
And
so effed up,
they're
man.
getting into the vehicle and leaving
Ugh.
poop on the seats. And then I
Buh.
started thinking, okay, maybe I have hantavirus. I didn't have the other one, toxoplasmosis from the cats. I don't have Lyme disease. And I'm like, maybe the mice are getting me sick. No, my house is not that gross.
We
It's
have
just
lizards and tree frogs in my car.
no, these mice are just
All
awful.
summer, I'm like, there's like a bright green thing under the seat, and I'm like, fuck, and you gotta chase them out of there.
Oh, I don't hurt
Yeah.
any. I don't
Just
hurt
happens
anything.
here.
They were all here first. It's just a battle. I want them to move out, go live in the rotted tree or something.
Mm.
Not
Yeah.
not in my vehicle, which I
I'm
don't drive
pretty
enough.
sure
Probably.
my Jack Russell Terrier used to live off mice, or maybe his instincts as a Jack Russell are just really strong, because he'll be very sweet to most other animals, but if he sees a mouse, oh boy,
That
he's
bitch
going
is
after
dead.
it. Yeah. Hey.
Jack Russell Terriers love things smaller than them. No, they're the ones they'll go after anything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a baby bloody.
Hantavirus.
He'll go after anything. What is so
Jules
that's you
knows.
get it from mice? Hantavirus?
I don't know. I now have to go out tomorrow and clean out that whole car.
I thought that was
Oh,
like
good
something you
luck.
catch from ghosts. Like, great, now I have this disease where I'm just gonna be haunted all the time until I
No, I just
get
don't want
over it.
any grossness near me. I already live with cats. It's enough. I have to clean like constantly because I'm a glutton for punishment, pretty much.
Such an interesting concept.
And
A
then you have to
virus-
stick steel wool in everywhere that the mice might get in the house.
that makes you see ghosts. That's very interesting. Why steel wool? What does that have to do with
They don't chew through
They
it.
can't get through it. Yeah,
Right.
that's you plug up the hole.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All
And
right.
I've
We
been
had that in
doing that.
Colorado all the time.
Yeah, because you're living in an area probably that was rural-ish. Yeah.
Field mice. We used to.
Yeah. Field mice.
I mean, you can
Annoying.
try to provide things for them just in another area of your property, but they're still
coming to where
coming
they
in.
are. Oh yeah.
They're like, what else you got? Hey, that birdseed was great. What else you got? Oh,
Right.
plastic
Don't just
bags.
go somewhere else instead of chewing up the ceiling in my bedroom under my closet. I mean, seriously, I'm like dealing with so much stupid shit. That's why it's going to be very cold, and I have to stay here and make sure nothing falls apart when the weather gets really cold.
I mean, yeah. That is
Cats,
not unheard of.
cats will often, been my experience, used to own cats. Cats will often treat the mice as just like play things, like toys. They don't outright.
They don't get in the house.
It's
I'm
the
answering
real
him.
life. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to sound like a jerk to you, Stuart, but I had to tell myself, oh, real life isn't Tom and Jerry, right?
Right.
They're not mortal
Well,
enemies. They will.
Yeah, and there's
You can
different
have a
kinds of cats,
mouser. Yeah, you can have a
too, yeah.
mouser.
I
Yeah.
have one because there was one time I've lived here 10 years. One time there was a mouse in the house, and all I found was the head. I never found the other part. But the rest, the cats aren't going up to the attic because I basically have no attic. It's a stupid house. It's warm.
That's some mafia
Warm.
stuff right there. Raccoon
Yeah.
City, humans just live here.
We had them in the sewer
Yes,
in
they
Colorado.
were
They
here
were
for-
huge.
Didn't you tell us this? Yes.
Probably.
you
I
did.
was in Little
Yeah.
Italy in Manhattan, sitting on the sidewalk at some Italian restaurant, and this huge truck
You're in-
pulls up.
Little Italy at an Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
You didn't think to get something,
Chinese.
Yeah. I mean, you're in Little Italy, Do you have to have Italian food all the time?
Yeah, I don't get
On
what
this
you're
street.
confused about. Why would you
This
not
is
get Italian
this is why
food?
we were there.
Okay.
You
Okay,
can
if-
get Italian food anytime. It's Little Italy.
What I'm telling you is this is the street where they filmed
that was good. Andrew.
Godfather scenes. Okay.
Oh,
Literally. And it's like hardcore old school New York. And so
you were
they
getting
this
oranges.
giant, yeah, right. I was buying a bag of orange. This giant, like, hoopty jalopy, big, huge
Hoopty.
car, LTD,
Hoop-de-hoop, baby.
Mercury Monarch type thing. Just real big car pulls up
Oopsie.
and just gas sputtering like pop, 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 just bad for the environment kind of car. This big dude gets out, goes to the trunk, he's sorting out, he's like setting these on the curb and like on the bumper. He's got these these are like rat traps, giant, like 8-10 inches long, right? Traps. And I was like, God, at that point, tear the building down, right? Like, what do you do? And so he goes into this place and then he comes out, no traps, right? And while he was in there, I was looking at, you can't help but like check out the car. He parked right there on the sidewalk. The dashboard, this is crazy, was covered in Post-it notes. I'm talking hundreds of Post-it notes. And like, had to have been, some of those Post-it notes had to have been 20 years old. Right.
Boy.
And I said, my coworkers are there and I was like, check out the Post-it notes. And they were like, oh my God, we all have Post-it notes on our machines, our computers at work.
Mhm.
After
Yes,
a
it was
point,
very
unless
90s,
it's like a
2000s.
password or something that you have to remember, after a point, you get rid of that. I don't need that reminder anymore. This guy had like a Rolodex in Post-it notes had to have been 20 years worth, covering his
Oh
dashboard.
my God.
It was insane.
Wild, man.
It was like a
That's like
pile
so
of leaves, but
obsessive.
Post-it notes. And so he comes out without the traps, but he did have like, and I mean, I guess he had this like under his arm when he went in. He did, or I don't know. He just came out with like a bag, and it looked like a bowling ball bag.
Ooh.
And I was like, man, I hope that's not
What?
dead rat. He's just
Oh,
carrying it.
I
God.
were an exterminator, I would ham it up so much. I would dress in a black suit with a black tie, wear black like round sunglasses.
Be like a hitman.
Oh yeah, I'd put on black leather gloves. Are you kidding me? Hell yeah.
Put on
I'd have
an
the little
apron.
barcode tattoo on the back of my neck just to drive it home.
The
I'd sometimes
butcher's
show
apron.
up like Schwarzenegger from Terminator 2 with the leather jacket and the lever action shotgun. Yeah, I mean that. I don't understand why people don't have more fun with that. Get a tiny little garrote, like some floss and two little handles. All right, so I understand you got some mice here. You can do away with them.
Yeah, I need somebody to come do away with them, but I don't want to hurt them. I don't know. I heard something last night, and I got up with the flashlight surveying.
Oh no!
One of the traps was. I heard something.
See,
but
I like
didn't
to
see
be
it.
barefoot, but you can't be barefoot in the dark around here, man. That is that's a risk.
Oh, because you're in the South, bug central.
Yeah.
In or out of the house?
In the
Both.
house, even. Yeah, they
Especially
get in. They
don't-
get in.
Sometimes like we have hardwood floors, and sometimes in the dark you're like, is that a notch in the wood
or something slithered
I thought,
in through
I
some
thought you were
little
going to say
tiny
like you
hole.
hear walking, like
No. I
That'd be
experienced that. Our honeymoon in Mexico, we stayed on a ranch, and the wall didn't attach to the ceiling. There was like a gap, like a 6-inch gap, and there was a mosquito net around the bed. And I was like, "Is there any way we can like staple this thing shut?" You know,
Right.
because at night you would hear on the wall like
Oh,
running
no,
up and
can't
down.
stand it.
no.
I
Mm,
hear
There's all
it
kinds of shit. And I was
above my
like,
bed.
I remember
Oh,
after
I
the first
can't
day, I was like,
stand
we got
it.
9 days to go.
Oh Lord.
And it was December. So it was getting dark really early.
Oh
Mm.
yes.
And we would just start drinking
I
at
hate
like
that.
4 and go to, and, you know, be out
Yeah,
around
ho-
10. You know
yeah,
what I
hoping to
mean?
God you pass out by 10. Oh, I don't want to hear what's
Wild.
happening right next to my head.
But we
I
have
hear.
scorpions here.
Yeah, that's pretty yuck. The big bugs. You get the big bugs. But how did the scorpions get in the house? Actually, I mean,
Vents.
oh yeah. So it's like the same thing with mice. Although my friends are all telling me, "Oh, mice could just be like contortionists, and they can get through everything." And I have a lot of everything to now look for. This is a big pain in the ass. I'm sick of it. I am sick of it.
I
It's
do
11:24 p.m.
frequently.
on the East
I
Coast.
know how come this show I say I'm going on for 20 minutes and
I
it's like
frequently
it's
think
20
about
after 11.
how we have not yet other species proofed our houses. Our houses should be like the walls should be solid material. There
Because
is no
they were
gap.
here first and they are crafty little mother nature's little beings and they're going to get in if they want to.
We have done things that no other species has even conceived of. We've walked
Yeah, I know,
on
look where we
other
are.
celestial bodies. Surely we can figure out how to
Keep scorpions
keep,
out of
keep
Matt's
mice
house.
out. Yeah, keep a scorpion out of a boot.
Like
For
that's
God's
the
sake.
grossest. See, to me, a mouse I can handle. I would be grossed out if I stepped on it at night, but
Blech.
a scorpion would not be my like critter of choice to walk
If it's
into.
got a
Sounds
poison
scary.
sack, I'm out.
No,
It's like,
Holy
you know,
crap.
I'm working on a graphic novel right now based on one of my
scorpion.
stories I wrote, and it takes place in the near future. Now, I was showing it to my little brother who hasn't read the story, the prose, but he's like previewing the comic as I make it. And he goes, "So it takes place in the future, but like it feels like it could be 2019 or 2020." And I was like, "Yeah, that's what it's going to be like. We're not
Yeah.
it's not gonna be super advanced. It's gonna go, it's like, you know how Star Wars, everything is like junky and trashy in the
Uh-huh.
first
They're
Star
gonna
Wars
look
movie.
back and look at our stuff as junky and trashy.
Like we might be advanced in some ways, but it's not, I mean, I feel like we already leveled
We
out.
we are in the year
Look, we have
25.
these phones and what do we even use them
25.
for? You know what I mean?
Everything. I got
Yeah,
apps
but
and
like
all
there's a
kinds
lot
of
of
like my
bullshit.
little secretary in my purse.
I'm
My phone.
obsessed.
I'm admitting it.
The number one thing I'm obsessed with on my phone is the app that tells me how much less I use my phone every week.
That's cool.
It's very cool.
Yeah. Well,
I just think, you know, in 20, 30 years, what do you think the future is going to be like? Is it going to be
I'll
like,
be dead, hon. Who
come
cares?
on, you see what I'm saying?
Yes. I
You
know.
can't,
That's very nihilistic.
you can't see past your own demise. Come on,
Of
like,
course
what
I
do you
can.
think of?
Well, yes, I
Yeah.
can see past my own demise. But
Well, as far as
sometimes
climate
it's
change goes,
it's scary. But
we're
I
not going to
also
have,
there are other things I like to see that you like we talk about. Jake was saying human ingenuity. There are people that are trying to do things that are regenerative in nature for growing. I mean, there's a lot of brilliant things going on.
yeah, how are
I'm
those
never
cyber
going to
trucks
cast.
working out?
Yeah, that's
Mm.
not what I'm
See
talking
what I'm
about.
saying?
I'm
So
talking about
far,
this guy
Please.
I talked to that is
It
talking
seems to
about
be going pretty
ocean
well.
sequestration of CO2 in the bottom of the ocean in a natural way. I have to learn more about it, but there's a lot of good stuff happening.
So
It-
look at it this way.
Mhm.
The scorpions
Yeah,
are doing fine.
yeah.
Palmetto cockroaches, they're
Ew,
great.
I hate
The
them.
spiders, better than ever. It's
They're
like,
great. They're okay.
if anything, the insects are killing us with disease, and it's not like it doesn't hurt the insects. So it's funny, like we talk about we should have the technology to keep these things out of that. No, we're not keeping those
Right.
things out at all, man. They're gonna be here
Oh, we should.
forever.
Yeah,
All right,
but
well,
it's
I have
hard
a
to
sh-
shield yourself from nature as because nature is encroaching in where we've taken over their places, I guess.
And
Yeah, this is our
Yes,
planet as
Andrea,
well,
and
though.
encroaching. It
You
is.
know? Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, but-
okay if you don't want to sleep next to a rat.
But we
That's
should look
fine.
at it
I don't
like
want to.
rats are earthlings too.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I don't
they
want
are,
to
but,
sleep
but
next
so
to
are
one.
we, and it's fine to say.
But I
"Get the
hate that
fuck
people
out of
don't
my
look at it that
house."
way. Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
a
but
bear
I
cave
don't
on the
want them
bear.
in my house. I don't want
Yeah.
the mice in my house dropping out of a hole in the wall in my closet in the bedroom because I changed hot water heaters and there's no vent anymore. So there's a hole which I put the steel wool up and the fuckers are chewing around it.
Yeah. You chewing their
I'm
stuff,
not
dragging their
having
giant
fun.
rat nuts
What?
over your face when
I
you're
know.
asleep.
No, they're
None
not
of that.
because the cats are in the house. But
Fair.
it's gross, Matt. Scorpions, mice.
I know a
I've
surefire
never
way
told you the disgusting story about what we found in the old microwave when I took that out. Oh my God.
Oh God, what was it? I have to know.
No, needless to say, every single screen on the roof now has screening over it. Every pipe, everything that comes out of the house has screening over it, so no rodents can get in because it's all trees out here.
I do have
How
a surefire
annoying.
way to avoid mice, though.
Really? Please do tell.
Saw that coming a mile away. You interrupted him trying to do that a few seconds ago, and I was like, come on. He was just about to.
Too bad.
And then the look on his face, he was like, shit.
Shit, he missed it. Yeah, because he was talking and I'm visualizing mice. Mice. Domenico is listening. You want to come? I need an exterminator.
Well,
They're
thankfully,
gonna
bird
take
flu is going to
over.
kill all the mice
Yeah.
and all the humans as well.
I'm
So,
teaching my neighbors about that because they have cows right across from me, cows and chickens and everything, goats. It's a whole farm. So I find all the information and I'm trying to teach Lori about what she has to know. In our county, I don't know what the agricultural department is doing.
Jake never says goodbye because he's a rude son of a bitch.
Who said that?
Andrea
Me.
said it.
I said that.
Tracy asked that. No, because it's his little thing. He just leaves.
Yeah, his thing is being a rude ass,
Oh,
mean son of a gun.
stop it. Otto, 4 weeks. Damn it. He said he's recovering from COVID for 4 weeks. I didn't have COVID, twice tested, but I was recovering and getting sick and getting sick twice. Remember that the one night of our show? And then I got off and I was
You
so
almost
sick.
fucking died.
Yeah, I felt I didn't, but I felt like I was.
You didn't die that night?
No, I'm still
Oh.
here. And it was right after I did my fucking will. And then I get sick. I updated it. I had never updated
You did your
it,
will? Like a
Yeah.
living will? What do I get?
My kid gets everything because why not?
Can I get the shotgun?
There's not. Yeah, I'll make sure that's a
Hey,
codicil
just
in
I
will.
won't sell your place if you leave it to me. I'm just saying.
Oh, she's getting my place, and she's gonna sell it because she'll never want to come live down here. And she's.
I'm just saying, if you want somebody to take care of it,
No.
maybe she and I can work out a deal.
Well, if I get buried in the backyard, I shouldn't be making these jokes because I really did just get over being really sick. I don't really
And you
have
got friends staying over right now. So
that are probably going, isn't she going to shut up? Because they could probably hear me through the paper thin wall. I have no idea.
poisoning your supper as we speak.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
This took a dark
Anyway,
turn.
I feel bad for Otto. No, Otto needs to get better. It's you get sick, and depending on how your immune system is, it's hard for this. It was for me this time, but it wasn't COVID.
I'm feeling fine.
Yeah, you don't have that cough anymore. You're all done.
That was so. So what did look
Was
might
it
just
more
be.
annoying? It was just dry cough. It was more annoying.
So this is what we did: humidifier in the room, in the bedroom overnight,
Yeah.
which is tough for me because I've had inner ear trouble since I was an infant.
Oh.
So that's rough, but I'll take it. Right, no
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm waking up after sleeping underwater. Sometimes it's just wild. But also there's elderberry tea with lemon and honey. So not
Mhm.
just tea, not just hot
Mhm.
water, lemon, honey, but this elderberry tea.
Elderberry.
It
Mhm.
was those two things. I did them at the same time
Yeah.
overnight, fixed, and I was like, great. Now I got to
Great.
keep doing these two things like forever.
But
Like
you have a good immune system. That's
I don't want to
good.
stop. Yeah, my microbiome is like,
Yeah.
everybody's envious.
I'm working on it. Yes, Otto. Keto, fasting, intermittent. I do a lot of that stuff. I did go grocery shopping, and I am eliminating, Andrea, you'll be happy to hear this, anything that has any kind of seed oil in it, because they throw everything. You can't even get mayonnaise without having some kind of seed stuff in it. So I'm just done. I'm making
Just try to
everything
make it
my own.
yourself. Yeah.
I am everything. I can't stand it. But I spent a lot of time reading all the labels yesterday and thinking about, okay, what's the next step in not having to be sick like that for a month, building up the immune system, detoxing. That's it. Building up the immune system is really important. Everybody out there, you must build up your immune systems. We
You
are
know, the
going
best
to.
way to build up an immune system is to
Yeah.
wear a mask when you go outside.
Yes. Well, I do. Because I was sick, and I went out yesterday. I wore a mask because I didn't want to get anybody sick where I was going.
Well, the
If I
best time
had
to wear a
to.
mask is when you're not sick.
No, Andrea, I hardly ever go out.
I know. I'm not talking.
But
I'm just
I
My-
saying.
am a person that watches myself and is careful.
My
This is
right wing
totally
neighbor.
fucked.
Okay, so this is like summer 2020, and
Mhm.
my wife's job was like, you guys are gonna have to come back to work. It's just two of you in the. She was working in a CBD commercial kitchen. It was just two of you. You already know each other. Maybe we could work this out. And they were like, yeah, we'll just mask up. But it wasn't like people were experienced it. It was like, wear a mask at work. How will I breathe all day for hours at a time? How that's going to be uncomfortable. So I was like, look, we'll just practice. So we would walk. We would take walks every day anyway. I was like, walk around the neighborhood, and we'll just wear like a bandana or a mask or something like that, and you'll get used to it. My neighbor, my right-wing neighbor, sees us. He's driving by. He sees us. He goes, "You fucking liberals think you got to wear those things wherever you go. You
Oh
can't
my
get the virus
God.
that way." And I was like, "Look, dude, we know you can't get the virus walking down the street. Okay, we're doing this because Carrie's gonna have to go back to work, which is what you fucking
Right.
conservative assholes
And then
keep saying we
also,
should all do."
narrator, you actually can definitely get the virus walking down the street.
Well, but not
Yeah, it's
just
airborne.
not.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a city, but I mean, it was
Right.
like our neighborhood. Nobody was out, so.
I hear you.
It was like I was like, we're just doing this because she's gonna have to like go back to work and wear a mask, and so then he was like, you don't have to wear a mask, and it was like, okay, now you're just being
None
an
of this
asshole.
guy's business. But see, I'm
Well,
glad
the
I'm in
funny
New
thing
York.
is that
And
every
I'm
left
old.
wing
Nobody
show
wants to
online
play.
is now your right wing neighbor. No one believes in masks anymore.
Yeah, no,
You get
yeah, it's
made fun of
ridiculous.
if you wear a
You
mask.
can get
in a left-wing
arrested.
I
You can
don't.
get a ticket. You
I
can get
don't.
arrested
Yeah.
for it now.
Andrea, they look at me now. I'm older. They don't care. They go, "Oh, she's old. She's probably sick."
There are places out there where they'll bust you if you're wearing a mask. They're like, hey,
That's fucked up. Well, they're
it's
not going to
ridiculous.
do
I'm
that
telling
to
you,
me
it's
because I'm not
ridiculous.
going to sit with a bunch of germy people in the doctor's office not wearing a mask.
Oh
That's
yeah.
stupid. And they're doing that. And
So
I
this
still got
neighbor of
sick,
mine,
Andrea, and I did take precaution. But
this
that
neighbor
wasn't
of
my
mine,
fault.
we had a rapport. We would talk to each other this way all the time. It was okay, but I'm just saying, like, it was especially obnoxious because here we are trying to adapt,
Yeah.
and somebody is like, this whole "Make America Great Again" is basically like never adapt, right? It's that same philosophy, and so going back to what kind of technology will we have in the future? Nothing
mask.
that serves the greater good.
Yeah.
But
All right. Well,
yeah, this was our sentiment at the time. Mind your own
hello.
Mind your own
business.
He's a
dang
very nice
business.
person, Pianazino. Very nice person. Nice to know you. Okay, well, I am going to bed. Thanks for everybody that came over from my channel. That's over at Matt's channel. Probably, I don't know. Some of them probably went, "Oh, good, we don't have to,"
Like
or
400
they're going
people
to
watching
somebody
on
else.
my channel.
We got this. You
Just
got a
kidding.
mod in Letterhack's
I
chat that
would
says
think it would
masks
be
do
wonderful.
nothing but inhibit breathing.
Who said that?
Fucking, you got morons in your chat.
I mean, that
I
is
don't have
true.
my
Spiral
chat
dysfunction.
open.
That
I
is
don't have
true.
my chat open.
If I was sitting here in this room, the mask would serve no purpose except to inhibit my breathing because I'm not going to get sick from myself.
Right.
Well, technically, you'd get
saying-
less dust in your lungs, so it would still be a net positive.
Hey, I wear a
Okay.
mask cleaning out the litter boxes, but that's because, cat's pee isn't exactly the most nicest thing.
Oh, you can
I
get a
don't,
disease from that.
Yeah, I know. I'm very clean about it because I have all these animals. I'm living amongst. I might as well be fucking living outside with the critters.
Should paint your house with kills once every couple of years. Just paint the whole thing.
Yeah, I've got a can of that in my bathroom actually to do the ceiling around the skylight that leaked. This is a never-ending job here, and I can't do it all anymore. So anyway, I can't. I am not Superwoman. I'm just not.
You are.
No, I'm not. And on that, I will say, what is it? I bid you adieu, Andrea. I love you. Matt,
Adieu.
I think it's
adieu.
peace out.
Peace out. Peace out, guys. Good
See
night.
ya. Bye. Happy
Bye.
New Year.
Happy New Year.
And by that, I mean Happy New Year. Starting now. Really. Starting, 23 and a half hours ago. Does it feel new?
It feels old.
I had an aunt who, we would hang out over the holidays, and this one aunt would be like, it just doesn't feel like a holiday. And I'm like, it's not supposed to. She's like, then why do we have off work? And I was like, don't complain about having off work. What the fuck? What do you want to be at work so bad? What do you?
I mean, honestly, some people, you ever
We need
see
to be
the
raging?
people that retire and then they don't have anything in their life built up and they get bored and then they just get a new job? Some people, like, they literally, without a job, working for a boss and getting told to, like, fucking do some menial task, they just literally, they blue screen.
Okay, I would like to get, in that scenario, I would get a job where it's something you want to do, but you're not going to make tons of money at, like work in a used bookstore. Like, can I just organize the books? Or can I
Just let me
sell
organize the
comics at a
books.
comic shop or something like that? Like I'll just work on weekends at the comic shop. Maybe get a discount on my comics. Something like that. I'll do that till the day I die.
Yeah, well, that's not even work. I mean, that's just.
But
that's
yeah,
you
I
just
hear what
doing
you're
whatever
saying.
you want. Yeah.
Yeah, so I used to be a member of the Elks Club in Colorado, and I'm surrounded by guys who had been retired for like 30, 35 years already, right? And that means that for all that time, they every day would go, I've never been so busy as when I retired. And I just feel like being like, come here, motherfucker. You know what I mean? That's the most annoying thing you could say to somebody who is probably never going to retire or is 40 years from retirement. You know what I mean? I've never been so busy. So, yeah, shut the fuck up. You're sitting around here at the Elks Lodge every day, all day. You go from coffee to booze by like 11 a.m. You know what I mean? You can smoke cigarettes in here. You don't
That's
seem busy to
amateur
me.
hour. I go from coffee to booze at about 6:30 a.m.
Damn. That sounds like booze and the coffee.
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay. When it comes to the hot sauce,
Oh, we're doing this again? Okay.
my main rule is you gotta finish it.
Well, of course.
This whole like nibble, oh, it's so hot. Okay, next. Nope, you gotta finish
You've
that whole
seen me.
thing.
I've eaten food on stream. I don't nibble. I eat things
Yeah,
in like the
I got you.
minimum
Yeah.
required bites. I swallow shit whole and let my stomach acid do the rest.
But like, I'll even have like if there's hot sauce on the plate, like with breakfast or something, like
yeah, you lick
mopping
that
it up
shit
with toast. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
Like, I'm not like, oh well, there's no more food to put that hot sauce with.
You
I'm
were
eating all that
talking to a seasoned veteran here.
Okay, I know. Yeah, I'm just saying that's my only rule.
Sure.
Do you have any other rules? What do I have to worry about here? Do you want to do a dab, like a little extra on each one, or is that
Sure.
crazy?
I mean, I was just gonna get like put it into like a cup and do a whole submerging dip. I'm a dipper.
After it's cooked,
Yeah.
so you're not gonna cook. Because I was gonna like, what what's the word? Just entrenched.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Put hot sauce in a bowl. Put the nugget in a bowl. Make sure it's completely,
sure.
doused or whatever, and then cook that,
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I can do that too.
and then dip it.
Absolutely. I like the.
So that is
I
like
like.
a dab.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I like the saucy part. Like the when you cook it, it gets the water out, so it's just like becomes
So
part of the coating.
don't. Oh, so it's hotter. Is what you're saying?
It'll be hotter. I like the saucy part.
Well, how would you like to do it?
That's fine. I'm not
Does that work?
sure. Yes, and
I'm gonna cook them and dip them.
I'm gonna dip them and cook them, and then dip them again.
That's exactly what I mean by cooking them. So we're same page. We're gonna be doing the Voodoo Prince Death Mamba.
Are we doing this on Friday or Wednesday?
Tell me. The Reaper sauce. That's
You tell
Carolina
me.
Reaper. Reaper squeezins. Unreal. And I have the bomb. And I have my my wife's homemade hot sauce, which is going to be hotter than any of those. We have the mash separate. So just the peppers
I don't have
mashed
that,
up.
but I would like to see you try.
It's gonna be good. Tracy Eva thinks I'm scared. I'm big hot sauce guy. Big hot sauce guy.
I eat hot sauce every day, but I don't normally do like the super hot horse shit every day. But
Okay, so if I'm in like a Thai food place or an Indian place, and they have like a curry or something, and they have the different heats, I will say, do the guys in the kitchen have a version that's hotter than what's here that you just have for the staff? And if they do, I say, I'll take that. And I'm not kidding. Every time I do that, they go, no, we can't give you that. And I'm like, what do I have to sign?
it's like, yeah,
it's
it's racist. They see that you're white and they think you can't handle it, which is probably true because most white people can't
Maybe.
handle spicy food, even though, we kind of killed everyone and conquered the whole planet for spices. But now all of a sudden we can't handle it anymore.
Well, this is the guy. One guy said, he said in the back, he goes, in the back, we have a version. It was like a yellow curry. He goes, we call it Superman. And I was like, you do? And I was like, look, I'm a huge comic book guy. Like, you can't really use that as a way to deter me. And he was like, I was like, all right, well, I'll just have the hottest one. And I was eating that and I was like, this is really hot. You have something hotter than this? He was like, yeah. And I said, okay, look, I'll sign something. Because sometimes when you get like Nashville hot chicken or something, you have to sign something that says you won't ask for your money back. Because people will do that. Say it's too hot. I can't finish it. Can I have my money back? So whatever. I mean, it's kind of gimmicky. But I said I would do that. And he goes, no, I mean, he goes, I'll talk to him. And he comes back out and he goes, okay, here's the rule. You have to finish it. And I was like, oh, yeah, I totally intend to do that. And he's like, no, you can't take it home. You got to finish it here. And I was like, let's fucking go, man. This shit was so hot. I almost barfed. off one bite. It was so hot, and I got the hiccups right away.
So you thought they were just trolling you, but turns out no, they were serious.
I knew it was gonna be hot. I didn't because I had their hottest one, but I didn't know it was gonna be this. So he was like, "We have a deal," and I was like, "I'm gonna finish it." And I was with friends, and
Oh yeah,
everyone's like,
you can't back out. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
fucked. You're locked
everyone's
in.
like, "Holy shit, Matt, what are you gonna do?" And I was like, "I'm gonna finish this," and I just did it. I just ate it. I didn't drink any water or anything. I just ate it, and it was like for days I could feel like somebody put like a real hot hat on my head. You know what I'm saying? Like a knit. Like if I had these earphones on for 12 hours, you'd be like, "Wow, that's uncomfortable." Now imagine there weren't any earphones, but you still felt that.
Oh yeah.
For days, like a week.
But like, were you like sitting there like a badass? Like, oh, that's no problem.
No.
That's no problem.
No, I was visibly.
losing it?
You couldn't
Okay.
hide it. I was
Okay.
red, sweating. I
Excellent.
would eat and go. You know what I mean? Like,
Were the guys in
my
the kitchen
God.
like going like,
oh yeah, they were all like leaning over, like they were checking
That's
in on
wonderful.
me. And when I finished it, they were like, "You finished it," and I didn't win anything. But there was one place. It was called Tim's Thai Kitchen. And this guy had served in the military and somehow ended up in Thailand and stayed over there for a long time. When he came back, he opened this Thai food restaurant in Longmont, Colorado. And they had Tim's Thai Hot right there on the menu. You could have mild, medium, hot, real hot, Tim's Thai Hot. And I said, "I'll have Tim's Thai Hot." And they were like, "Have you ever eaten here before?" And I said, "No." And they were like, "You can't have that." And I was like, "Come on."
it's a new game plus option. You have to go around once already.
It was not hot. I was like, "You guys," and I told him, I was like, "You got to be kidding me." I was like, "This isn't hot." And they were like, "That's the hottest you're going to find." I was like, "It is not the hottest you're going to find. This is not hot at all."
I love getting into arguments with people at restaurants. I used to love
No, I
doing
was sitting
that.
there eating it.
Like, oh, this is the hottest sauce. Oh, okay. Like, oh, you want any more? Well, yeah. Can you make it hotter?
That's where I learned you got to ask if they are teasing you on the menu. You got to ask, "What do you guys eat? What are you making in the back there?" Because I know you got another version. I was like, "Put the seeds in this one, whatever it is." We had a guy. I probably told you the story when I was a cook at this tavern. This waiter would come in and he was like, "Give it to me as hot as possible. Give me the hottest thing you got. I want." And he was like a redheaded guy, very fair skinned guy. And his name was Frazier. And we called him Frazier, man of the sun, because he could handle any heat that we gave him. And this is the 90s. So it's not like we could just Google how to do this stuff. So we really thought about it and we asked around different cooks and other kitchens in town. And we finally figured it out. What you do is you find but we had guys that grew habaneros. We got these really hot batch of habaneros. What we did was we took the seeds out, mixed them in honey. Then this was like an angel hair pasta dish. With like with salmon and like a tomato coulis sauce. So we mixed the honey and the seeds, and then we put it in the sauce. So that, you eat it, everything's fine, but the honey causes the seeds to stick to your palate, the top of your mouth, so that when, you feel fine, but as soon as you drink some water, it all goes down at once. So you get all the heat at once. And we watched him. He was like, "This isn't hot." He drank some water and he just, fair skinned guy, he just turned red, bright
That's
red.
good. That's good.
And he immediately started sweating. He couldn't finish it. And we were like, "We got him." But so then, each one of us were like, "Well, we got to try it." So like that's where it really started for me, was early on. I was like, "Oh wow, yeah, I love testing out what I can handle." So when we do the challenge, whenever we get around to it, I'm probably not gonna, like, I'll eat it all, but it's gonna hurt. You know what I mean? There's gonna be
Sure.
like, there's gonna be like reaction and stuff. So like to your inquiry of whether I sat there like a champ going, "Nah, no, I can handle it, no problem." I don't do that.
It's a game for me.
Full transparency.
I love to try and hold on the stoic angle as long as possible. Like, to me, because it's like it's more of a challenge. Like, I have to like I have to, one, simultaneously deal with the actual challenge of the heat, and then two, I got to pretend like it's no big deal, which is way harder. You know, it's like doing something with weights tied around you. You know, so yeah.
Well, let's try and do a Friday night.
Yeah, it should come tomorrow. So it should definitely come by Friday.
Let me know.
Like, do you want to do 10? When is Sandy's show? Did she tell us the time of the show?
She said she'll probably be done by like 10, but I don't think she
Okay.
I got the impression she doesn't want to rush the interview because it's going to be a good one. My interview's half an hour, and then I was going to do more show.
Yeah, we'll
And
just do an
I
emergency special session, 1 hour, something like that.
Cool. All right, that sounds good. I'm doing shows Monday through Friday now.
Oh, I thought it was daily. Yeah, we're
Monday through Friday,
January
daily.
1st, and we're already
It's a marketing
reneging
thing.
on the daily.
I have jury duty Monday morning.
Oh, January. We didn't even make it one whole day, and the
January
daily
6th.
promise is already gone.
I did Monday night, Tuesday morning, Wednesday night twice, Thursday
You think that
morning,
banks you like an
Friday
extra show,
night.
so you get to take one off?
Okay, go ahead and plug your next show. Come on. You're the one everybody wants to see daily. I was just doing it to get you to outdo me. Come on.
I'm cooking. Just let me
Do a vote.
operate.
Who wants to see me every day versus Andrea every day? Come on. It's going to be like Andrea. Probably both.
Well,
Probably
that's
it's both.
it's the Make America Great Again mindset. You know, I've been gone so long, they think I was a lot better than I really was. So
I knew it. I knew Sandy was like, I'm still awake, both of you. If Mila Reason was here, she'd say everyone gets an award. That's what she always says. Hold on. Hold on. Our head mod is taking action.
what's going on?
Our head
Oh,
mod is
shit.
taking action.
Oh, the fucking moron who's like, actually, masks make you more sick because they build up bacteria in your nostril cavities, which makes you more sick. Where's the bacteria coming from that's building up in the mask? Oh, it's the bacteria that's already in your body? You mean the one that you already have, like, you know, in your oral microbiome and stuff? Like, what is it? Where's it coming from in your magical fan? Like, it just, okay, so you put the mask on and then all the foreign bacteria just like teleport inside like the mask and then like get stuck in your fucking nasal cavity. What the fuck? I don't understand. Like, what's the fucking theory? Like, you wear the mask for like 7 years straight without cleaning it or getting a new one. So you like, it's inside the fibers of the mask. That's why they have a fucking expiration date, you know? Give me a goddamn break. This is why I don't do shows anymore. I can't handle stupid people. I used to be able to, but now I just look at stupid people and it just reminds me, like, you know, these are the people running our society, are the dummies. They won the war thousands of years ago, and we're dealing with the fallout.
Hold on. Somebody blocked. What do you mean blocked Looney Tunes? How did you block him?
You can just hide people's messages individually.
Yeah, but they said they blocked them. What does that mean? What did you do? Block them?
I just blocked them. I said, "Oh, you made fun of me once in the chat. I don't need to see what you write ever again."
Yeah, but I mean, he's not banned from the chat, right? LT9K, say something in the chat.
I'm just kidding, by the way. I haven't done that.
No, but somebody just man, he is awesome. There you go, bitch. Enjoy getting your ass handed to you. Fucking guy. Fuck it. I'm kicking you out now. Awesome. I'm just going back rereading all of LT9K's lashing out. He says, "Excuse you? Who the fuck do you think you're talking to? No one calls me weak."
I missed all that. I just saw like the horse pucky about bacterial buildup. That's
I
that's
mean,
all
look,
I saw.
I'm just going to tell anyone who doesn't already know, February 7th is LT9K Day. This person serves as moderator for so many shows. He does such an excellent job. He is dedicated around the clock, doing multiple shows at a time. He is not weak. If you say that, you're just asking for it. So,
Oh, I saw linear spiral dysfunction says way left of you all. You're so far left that like you believe bacteria have gained the power of teleportation. And then they recognize when someone wears a mask and then they teleport inside of your nasal cavity. That's how I did. So on the left wing spectrum, right? You start out at like fascism and then you go all the way to communism and then anarchism. And then it's bacterial teleportationism. And that's where you're at right now.
yeah, I mean, we're, like I always say it, everyone gets a wrench here. If you lose it, that's on you because we're essentially a bar for bouncers. And guess what? I don't think there are any bars for bouncers. But you get
have
what I
that-
mean.
What is this? Or like, what is that? You just have, I don't, how did you change shirts so quickly is my question.
I know, right? Look at this guy.
That's probably
can-
true.
I can weaponize my art at any time. Okay, yes, but can he catch me? Just saying. If I take off running,
Well, what are we in like a field, like a cornfield? You're gonzo. If we're in like an urban environment,
I doubt
you'll
that.
win.
We could be in sandy beach.
Eh,
Kowalski, what environment are you chasing me down?
I think he'd win in a field environment.
It better not be through the jungle because I'm best at that.
Oh, okay.
I can run a mile in 6:12. Man, okay, well then on mile 2 when you're huffing and puffing. Let me just remind you, I was only beaten by an 80-year-old in a road race one time. And then I made sure that would never happen again.
You threw that fucker in the river.
Did you hear that story? Snow. Oh man, Snow, come on. Were you not here at the beginning of the show?
Tell me the story. I may have heard it, but I don't remember.
Oh, okay. So I was in a road race and I was it was a 5K and it was in Boulder, Colorado, and all those races like end at a higher elevation than they start. So it's not easy. But I was out there and it started at a school wrapped around this neighborhood and ended at the school, same school. And the whole time I'm running the race, I'm hearing, "Go, Judy, go, Judy." And I'm like, who the fuck is Judy? Everyone's yelling for this Judy, right? So then at the end of the race, you're supposed to like, even though it's at a higher elevation, you're blown out. Now you're supposed to like really crank for the last bit, 200, 100 yards.
Oh,
whatever.
yeah. You're supposed to make it look good.
And a lot of these races end on like a different terrain. So you're running on a road the whole time. And then you got to run through like a field of grass when you're supposed to be cooking. Know what I mean? It's like, that's going to throw you off a little bit. But I was like trying to prepare for it. And this is all I'm thinking about. And I'm about to start running faster. And I hear this, "Go, Judy," like again. And this, I'm not kidding. It's like 4 foot tall, 80-some-year-old woman blew by me. And
Like
finished.
you were destabilized. You almost fell down from
I was like, what
the gale forces.
Because at this point, I was like, I'm going to start cooking. And she ran by me and I never caught her. And I was like, what was that?
God damn.
Right? So then I started asking, I was like, who is Judy? And they go, she's a teacher here. She's been a teacher here for decades. She's beloved. Everyone loves her. And she always runs this race. And I was like, oh, that's why they were okay.
So she's beloved, everyone loves her.
Yeah. So 1 year later,
you vow your revenge on this.
1 year later, I sign up for the race. And I'm like, if that lady's still alive, She's not beating me. And it was kind of a joke, right? I was like, this is just silly. I was just saying it to my friends, being like, I got a arch nemesis. I got to beat this lady. And so anyway,
I gotta beat this lady.
it was like a joke. So I'm running the race. We're in the first mile. It's 3.1 mile race. It's 5 kilometers. So we're in the first mile, not even done with the first mile. And I hear, go, Judy. And I look behind me and she's like right there.
Fuck.
And I finished that race like full, I don't know, 2.5 minutes faster than the year before.
Fuck.
I fucking took off. Normally I wait, kind of pace myself. And I was like, fuck that.
Did Judy ever know about
And-
this challenge?
No, but I waited at the finish. I finished, right? Free t-shirt, all that stuff. I'm like looking at my watch. Here she comes. And I was like, yeah, dogged her.
Fuck you, bitch.
When she ran by me, I kind of was like, did one of those,
hey,
like,
you got here. About time.
where you been? Go, Judy.
What are you, 81 now? You can't run as fast as you used to, huh?
Now I'm worried that. Hey, are people? Morbius Dragon says, "I got your back, Looney Tunes." Is somebody messing with Looney Tunes in?
I'm messing with Looney Tunes.
Christy Z, you remember this story because it was one of my lie detector stories recently, and everyone's like, "That was definitely a lie. That's definitely not true." And I was like, "It is true. That story was true." Judy dusted Matt. Matt sought revenge. I sent a biopic future. Yep, well, a biopic in the future. This is, I mean, I was in my early 30s. The lady was like 50 some years older than me. Come on. It's not just that I was mad at her. I was mad at myself. Oh, it's January 2nd, 12:05 a.m. on the East
I heard
Coast.
we're doing a clip show. Is that true?
We have a best of Left Past 10 clip compilation from 2024. Should we roll that and get out of here?
Whose determination? Best of.
Oh, mine. The amount of energy it would take to organize everyone and get everyone to submit there's no way.
So it's not really a best of. It's all the moments where your letter hack looks good.
No, it's not that.
Okay, well,
No, it's good variety.
good variety.
Oh yeah, you're gonna love it.
Yeah.
It's good. Should we roll it? Get out of here.
If you
It's like
want.
a 12-minute thing. So,
12 minutes? Do I have
yeah.
do I have to be on afterward?
No, if you don't want to. No, I mean no. The show would be over. We'll roll the
You're doing the
outro.
outro in replacement.
Yep.
Is there like a musical overlay of any kind?
No, it's not one of those. We had the time of your life. It's not one of those
we
like
could. I mean,
sitcoms where it's not like that.
I'm gonna load it up in the background. Hey.
Where everyone's like, "Oh my god, I remember that. I remember when Andrea and Matt were on the air by themselves that one night. Oh my god, I remember that time where Jake said that." It's not gonna be like that.
Okay.
Oh, so actually, some of it is like that, but there's no music.
Well, you should have told me. I would have wrote a whole track next time. Let me know you're doing this.
Well, yeah, January 1st, 2026. Get back to me.
If we're still on the air by then.
Oh, we gotta be.
You think so? You think we'll make it?
Yeah, because think about it. Let's just real quick. Let's say they made it illegal. Doing the illegal version would be way cooler than the legal version. Like, we got to do the illegal version.
That's
right?
true. That's true.
Like, be out on a boat somewhere doing Left Past 10 illegally on
International
pirate radio.
waters.
Fuck yeah.
You got a point?
Internet free leftist or radio free Andrea, whatever it is.
Whatever. We'll figure it out.
Okay, you want to do this thing and get out of here?
Yeah, I'm curious to see what it's the best of.
Volume
Like, let
one.
me hear, like, how did you like, as the show was going on the whole year, are you writing down your favorite moments in real time, or did you just like go back and look over the last couple weeks, or what?
I wasn't remembering them to do a best of. I didn't decide to do this until yesterday, but I can look at an episode and go, oh, this happened in that episode. And there were other times where I was like, which episode did that happen in? And there were other times where I would just kind of scan the episode and go, oh, that's funny. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
So, want to do it?
Sure.
All right. Well, Happy New Year, Andrea.
Oh, you sound so disappointed.
Now I'm looking for the file.
Oh, yeah. You're just like, yeah, Happy New Year.
I'll see you in a couple of days.
Fucking cunt.
I'll talk to you
Fuck you.
tomorrow, I guess.
Fuck you, man. Happy New Year, whatever, dude.
Yeah.
Here.
Hold on, I got it. Let me do this. Hold on, I got it. Wait. Hold on.
Yep. Okay.
That's not it. Hold on. Where?
What?
Wait. I thought it was. Hold on.
What time does this start?
Well, it's
I don't
left
know what the
past
hell's
10,
going on.
so theoretically,
Just try to
anywhere in the
fix
next 9 hours.
Starts when
Man,
it
it's so goddamn dark.
right
Because
or
YouTube is
hymns.
PG, you know.
I'm seeing the hymns ads all over the place.
I mark my content as adult only.
Free association, as they call
Yeah.
it in psychology.
You know
And
what
last
we should
night-
do?
What?
We should get an alchemist on the stream.
Oh,
That way
cool.
we could
I
get
could
some
find one.
solutions.
Good
I
Good
took
one.
some alchemist earlier. I
Uh,
had
a lot-
Carolyn Baker
like
a lot
on,
of
very
times,
bizarre
and I've
situation.
never seen
Goddamn
evidence
don't
of
agree
that
with it.
elder.
dream.
Andrea, I love you too. I love you, Jake. But you know, it's thanks. It's even though it is settler colonial holiday.
Form and unscripted. Anything can happen. And
That's
I
right.
love there's always someone in the chat going, you guys don't draw any conclusions. You don't reach any like
I don't know how to draw.
solution. You know, I think I can carry on a serious conversation dressed like this, but I'm also happy to just listen. I ate too much food today.
So I'm waiting for him to come, and he arrives, and I go down from my daughter and son-in-law's apartment onto the street in Brooklyn, and I hear from the distance, "Harvey, call me.
I said, call my phone.
Call
Harvey."
my phone. Call my phone." And what? If you're right here, why do I have to call your phone? You know.
Mm.
So
So
it turns
dumb.
out he lost his phone in the cab.
Yes.
Not that he wanted me to call him. He wanted me to really call the phone.
I had just chased it like 2 blocks and almost caught him.
I'll be right back. I gotta keep this cat from scratching.
That
What are we
sounds
talking
like
about?
that doesn't sound like you actually need to keep a cat from scratching something. I need to keep this cat from scratching.
Yeah, that actually does sound like a jazz slang of some sort. That cat's scratching.
Somebody's
Oh,
baking brownies.
Sounds like a 1950s
Stop it.
kind of
The cat's-
compliment or insult.
stupid cat scratches at the door. He scratches at all the doors to nowhere. He just scratches doors. And so I have to put a shelf. I pull a shelf to the in front of this door so he can't get to the door to scratch it while I'm doing this. He's crazy. He needs a bath.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
right. I'm going with Pinkerbell's theory. Crazy.
I'll be on my best behavior.
Somebody emails me
Okay.
and then shoots me a text. Hey, check your email. We're done.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know someone who's extremely childish. In fact, let me bring them on here real quick. Hey, Letter Hack, welcome to the show. I heard you just turned 50. How's that going?
Cats have this like lions have the same allergens for me anyway as like house cats.
Oh. All right, we're off. That was good. That
Jesus
was a
Christ,
long
why
one.
Why did you have to go so long?
Sorry. Hold on. Do you want to hang out? I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll stay for 5 minutes.
I didn't go long. Jake came back and I was like, okay. Come and go as you please, my man.
Get his jorts story in. Hey guys, I hate jorts.
He is standing in the corner. Back to me. Have you seen the Blair Witch Project?
Oh yeah.
Remember the very end where the guy
Oh,
standing? Yeah, he pulled a Blair Witch. It's 12:21 a.m. on the East Coast, and we've gotten to the part of our show where Matt really cracks himself up. It's been going for a while now. It might continue. This,
You're breaking legs.
You know,
Were you working with the
brainwashing
mafia
and
too. What's going on?
You
over
had
there?
to be deprogrammed, Matt.
yeah, I really.
Mhm.
Oh, fucking Tyler. Damn, not quite. I mean, I was in
No,
high
he
school, dude. The fucking chair. I was like, oh, excuse me. And they reach across me. So I backed up. And then when I look up again, Jake is looking right at me, but he's still talking to these people. And so I do this. I go, so this is like my whole day of like, dude. So I looked at him and I was like, what are you doing? I was like, call me, come here. And so then the guy who reached across me said, do you know Sandy? And I was like, yes.
Banned from being on a jury now.
Here's the thing. I like being in those situations because it's a group of people who are just thrown together trying to figure out who the leader is. And that's when I raise my hand and go, I am in charge. Don't worry. Hey, do you all agree though? Like, I'm not hearing this enough.
I don't agree with anything.
If you're not capable of running for president, you're not capable of being the fucking president currently, right?
I
Are
agree.
we all on the
Yeah,
same
but
page
he
with
can't
that?
leave because.
Yep.
Well, what do
25
you
Amendment.
No. Act like he died.
25.
Just act like he died.
25.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Everyone's like,
shit,
there's
that-
no model for this. Yes, there
no,
is.
there is
It's
If
called
he
the 25th
died,
Amendment.
what would you do?
right. Replace
Do
him
that.
with her.
Like
And
I
so
say,
I guess
dogs.
I'm now
But what I'm
insulted.
wondering is, so
And,
dogs
you know, it kind
know
of
they
caught
can
you off
dream
guard
in.
I think that
because
this is
Or
I
is
really
that
have
like
to realize, holy
part
shit,
of their
I
day?
highly
Because if
recommend
that's
that.
part of
and
their
older.
day, then that's
Well, look
Are
up
there any
these
pretty
folks.
trippy
I don't know.
because
That'd be pretty cool. Letterhack went to some podcast show. That was pretty cool. He sat in the VIP section, which because he's like, he's super
You're a
important,
VIP.
I guess.
He's a
He
vet.
literally elevated above everyone else, and then they all like got up and clapped for him, I guess. Okay, sure, whatever. We're all supposed to believe this or whatever. There's like
You
evidence
have that
on video.
clip?
Leatherface is like a scared little kid. He wasn't waiting for someone to come along so he could be psycho.
Right.
He was freaked out when they showed up and didn't know what else to do.
Wow.
Lefties, I first of all want to say I'm proud of you because not for a moment did I suspect that this was a leftist that
No.
behind it. None of these times it has been a leftist. We consistently show ourselves to be the morally correct group, and I'm proud of you.
Wait, this is the lamest holiday ever. Respect for Parents' Day. F you, man. Come on.
Fuck you,
really?
Dad. Fuck you,
Yeah.
Mom.
The ballot box through organizing, just everything you're saying, regardless of the big picture that might be down the road, we have to live now. I read this story about this woman, and I thought about Tracy and her book. And this woman, after 23 years in an apartment, she was an occupational therapist, but she got old and disabled. And things happened to her, and she got kicked out after 23 years, and she was homeless, and she died because she couldn't find a place to live, and she had Social Security. That was it. The American dream. She worked professional job, and it's so sad, and that shit should not happen. And so all those people that are putting their effort into, housing people, it's gallant and a good thing, and organizing people where they live. So that can't happen.
Who am I talking to at this point? I'm just talking to people that already understand this or already agree with me.
It's very
Just
difficult.
doing a flip, a 180 of
Very-
one of these.
Yeah, reverse. It's very.
I don't see them on the phone either. Oh,
All
Thank
these
you.
people are going to come from. They're going to
Well-
raid us from the leftist mafia, and it's going to
And
be
we're gonna
like,
be
what
like,
the fuck is
yeah,
going on?
why aren't they in there when I put
In
them
other
in
words, perfect.
Menendez.
God.
Bye, bitch.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, we can
Gold
clean
Bar
house.
Menendez.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Gold
Clean
Bar.
house. Him, I can't, but they're still arresting people in Eric Adams' administration.
Yeah.
He went from gold bars to steel bars real quick, and I
Real-
have
real
no
quick.
regrets.
And that's
You
a
guys
bar
gotta
right
do the
there
same
that
thing.
you just spit.
I'm disturbingly sober right now. I can't stand
Me
it.
too.
And I was like, oh,
Shit, buddy.
somebody did something.
That's not good.
No, you know what's funny is that like the biggest lies that I can remember, I told them when I was like trying to get out of work. And there were some
That's
really
not
fucked
really a
up
lie.
lies. But they were really fucked up lies though. Like I was working at a call center and I wanted to just walk out and quit. And I did do that, but I couldn't just leave without saying anything. Like I wanted to give them an excuse.
This is awesome.
So I had told them that my dad had got into a car accident and he was on dialysis and he fell and he hit his head. Now here's the thing. That was
awesome.
actually true,
Oh, that's
but it
horrible.
happened a week before.
Oh,
So I was
Oh.
trying to avoid the bad karma because it already happened.
oh.
Not that I
No,
believe in karma, but you know what I mean. OCD,
Yeah.
like, superstition.
Still don't
in
wanna
your head,
mess
just in case. But I
Yeah.
said that, and they're like, "Oh my god, you can go." So then I left and never came back.
4. I don't know. I
Oh
don't
man.
Go, I don't
That's
go out
not bad.
sometimes.
I was expecting 3, but 4.
Sometimes I'm like up around 10.
Yeah, but
What?
if I
Shocked
job of
that
the
that
job there
was-
tells you
Maybe some
that
chocolate?
you
Like,
are the
different
Man's is
elephant,
not
of
the weird.
their
Oh,
age,
you
because
know.
there's
the
I
average
am, but
chocolate
can't be hung up
with
on it. It
some
is
better
what it is.
alternative
dream that
I
isn't
can't
part of
be
reality,
hung
but
up
they
on
think
it.
it's part of reality.
Backwards.
Then
So,
that is
I
really,
highly
really
recommend
tricky.
it.
Now,
It's the
cats,
way
on the
I
other
don't
hand,
do
I
that.
think
over his
would
Hey,
never be
the younger
tricked by
people,
it.
To be
they
clear,
I
don't
think
know
they
I
would
recommend
totally
that you
live.
do not
honestly
Absolutely.
use
Is this gonna let me share?
Yeah, there we go. Here we go.
Nice.
So this is Gavin a la 2016.
Awesome.
Oh, that's amazing.
Some reporter took
That's
that photograph
awesome.
that I didn't know at the time, but then later it like kind of went viral on Twitter. They were a Vice photographer, and I was getting so fucking roasted. I remember reading the
I
replies.
have seen
people
this photo. I've
savage
seen
it.
this.
I never looked at The Shining as a horror movie, though.
Well,
it's
it's okay.
scary.
It's
What are
scary.
you talking about? It's like a classic horror movie.
It was.
It's like the
terrifying.
king of
I like
the horror
how
movies,
Letterhack
basically.
try to make some artsy fartsy stick up his ass like point about the movie, and then Jake is like, "What the fuck
I
are you on
mean,
about?"
I
No,
again,
Looking at a minimum 4 more years of your life being in danger from these people, and probably a hell of a lot longer. And you're weighing that against, do I just want to do it tonight? But you're thinking, what do I have to look forward to in the near future? We can be one of those things. No pressure,
Right.
but I think we can be one of the reasons that somebody decides, I'm going to stick it out. I'm going to wait another week.
viewers, these people show up here because they're a part of it, right? A part of something. I think that's cool.
Yeah, for sure.
You
It's good,
don't
man.
sound genuinely. That sounds like, yeah. No, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't think it's.
It's fucking
I don't know.
wild, dude. Who else is doing it?
I don't think that's the thing. I don't think it's wild.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's just fucking
Okay.
play cards.
All
Okay.
right, fuck it. I got
Yeah,
my
okay, I'll
cards.
play cards.
All right.
Go fish.
I don't eat
Ooh,
fish.
okay. Does anybody have
Plant
finance
based.
David Bowie is the king of hearts?
Yes, I have Assless Chaps Prince. And guess what? I don't think there are any bars for bouncers.